A for effort for your Golden State Warriors and another participation trophy for Brandon Podziemski. It's a shame those things don't count toward the standings. The Golden State Warriors are feisty. They're going to try. They're not going to let you down because of effort. And it was an entertaining one in LA tonight at Crypto, but the LA Lakers coming away victorious. Maybe more importantly than the actual result is what went down before the game. The Golden State Warriors held a press conference led by General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr., introducing Kristaps Porzingis, a.k.a.
Pingus!
And but what Dunleavy said was there was one particular moment in that press conference that was rather interesting. And we're going to, I'll explain what I mean in just a minute. Happy Saturday night. That's a fact. It's Saturday. Congratulations. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you understand that expectations have to be realistic with your Golden State Warriors tonight, no exception. The final score from LA, 105-99. Wait, was that the final score? Hold on. Let me make sure my box score has not updated itself. Damn you. I'll look at it from another screen then just to confirm. Yes, it is 105-99, the final from LA. Let's break it down. We'll welcome the audience. If anyone's interested in having a discussion about your Golden State Warriors or anything else for that matter. But the Warriors, with the loss tonight, drop into 28-25. Why is my box score not updating? Come on, man. Update yourself, fool. The Golden State Warriors are now 28-25. The Lakers improved to 32-19. Let's try and have some fun, despite a tumultuous era that we are now entering for your Golden State Warriors. We're powered by FanDuel. Always grateful for that. And the program is called the Golden Days.
Let's go.
Welcome to the program. I love that the chat is quickly pointing out G4M in our chat saying, wait, where did your comment go? Oh, here we go. No. Everything's screwy with me tonight when it comes to tech. Why is nothing working? Well, TFN bringing up that Podziemski got the second most minutes. Is that true? It's true. He did. The leading minute getter, that's the right way to properly phrase that, was Draymond Green tonight, 33 minutes, 24 seconds. Runner-up, Brandon Podziemski, 33 minutes, 29 seconds. And as is usually the case, when Podziemski plays, team doesn't win. Success does not follow because he's grossly mediocre. A-Rod in the chat is saying, why does Podziemski have any minutes? Good take. Good point. I don't know, because Steve Kerr looks at him as the son he never had, except he does have a son whose name is Nick, and his last name is Kerr. Say those things together fast, but don't do so in public. I don't want you to get in trouble. Don't say so in a public setting. I don't want you to be aggregated online and lose your job. Keep those words apart, or call him Nicholas. The chat's blowing up with, why does Podziemski keep playing? I have no effing clue. It's what we've been saying on the show for ages now. We did see Al Horford fly. I don't know if you folks saw that block. That was damn impressive. We're brought to you by FanDuel. There's very low odds, a very unlikely setting with the sportsbook in terms of them having a line for the Warriors' next game, which is going to be Monday, hosting the Phoenix Suns. I'll take a look anyways, but they don't usually have lines available that fast. They do not. What I do want to share with you, though, are a couple of odds courtesy of FanDuel, and we even have a graphic. And OMG, it's Manny, 1 month away from your 1-year anniversary being a formal Golden Dazer. Thank you, sir. Manny, hope you're feeling well, brother. Hope I still need to make a YouTube short from your appearance last time. Those things are time consuming. That's the only reason why I haven't done that yet. But courtesy of FanDuel, our official sponsor of not just the program, but of the Believe Network, they have some odds available for you folks. First up, the odds to win the Western Conference. Yes, you can bet on the Warriors to pull off the upset of upsets. The OKC Thunder, even with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out indefinitely due to a abdomen pull, a strain, if you will, in the abs. You don't want that muscle being tweaked out, but that's what's going on with them. Still, OKC minus 165. Next up, the Denver Nuggets plus 410. The San Antonio Spurs plus 900. The Houston Rockets plus 1,000. Minnesota plus 1,800. The Lakers plus 2,500. The Phoenix Suns, who the Warriors just beat the other night, plus 8,000. And then the Warriors are actually listed in this graphic. Thank you, Believe. Thank you, FanDuel, for showing the Warriors some love, even though this has not been the best of years for them. If you want to bet on the Warriors to pull off, again, the upset of upsets, plus 10,000. Those are the odds right now. And one more graphic for you. And this one represents plausibility, a much higher likelihood of realistic results. The odds for your team to make the play-in in the Western Conference. The Blazers, overwhelming favorites, minus 7,000. The Clippers, minus 2,500. And there are your Warriors, minus 1,000. These odds are based on making the play-in and not the playoffs outright or missing the play-in altogether. So a couple of odds for you, again, courtesy of Believe, who's partnered with FanDuel. We're part of Believe, but the odds courtesy of FanDuel, again, the official sportsbook of Golden Days and the Believe Network. We come to you live from the Golden Days studios in West Sonoma County, California. My name is Cyrus Saatsaz. I'm your host for the evening. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram at Dog Wild, over on Twitter at Surf Journalist, the program on both platforms at Golden Days Pod, coming to you immediately following the Warriors losing to the LA Lakers tonight in a game that was competitive from start to finish. The final score, again, 105-99 in a game, where the Warriors actually went into the half with a 1-point lead, yet they came out of the tunnel to start the second half with the score tied because Draymond Green went barking to the officials as the first half buzzer sounded. I don't know what he was unhappy about. Something upset him, and it also upset the refs hearing his level of vitriol directed toward him. So they teed his ass, and Austin Reeves came off the bench to make a technical foul to start the second half. The two teams were tied at 42 at that point, and the Lakers outscored the Warriors by 6 in the second half. Again, effort not the issue for your Golden State Warriors. They are out there trying. And side note, I stand corrected. Podziemski was third on the team in minutes tonight. The player who led the team in minutes is also our FanDuel player of the game, and that's Moses Moody, who played 39 minutes, 13 seconds in this game. My apologies for missing that. I should do my research personally before reading off information like that. Moody's our player of the game. Again, he was 8 of 17 from the field, 5 of 14 from deep, also had 5 free throw attempts, was 4 of 5 from the free throw line, added 4 boards, 2 assists. His outstanding defense continuing, 3 steals and a block tonight, a +5 in net rating, one of only 3 players in the positive in net rating, alongside Draymond Green, who led the team in net rating with a +11, and Podziemski ending up somehow in the positive in net rating with a +5. Podziemski also had 14 points, 6 boards, but did not hit the threshold for making me happy with assists. Just had 4 assists to go with the 14 points. Podziemski, again, third on the team tonight in minutes. Forgive me for that. 33 minutes, 29 seconds for him. But Moses Moody leading the way in an unfortunate losing effort. A friendly reminder as well, players in the NBA can play extensive minutes if you just simply ask them to. Case in point, Moses Moody, 39 minutes, 13 seconds, a team-high 25 points for your Golden State Warriors in the win. Draymond Green Statistically, unfortunately for him, a triple single, 9 points, 6 assists, just 4 rebounds. That's another point of critique for him. You got to crash that glass, Draymond. I know he's pleased. His hands are full playing defense and doing a million other things, but they need him to crash the glass and come up with more than 4 boards, which is what he had tonight. But he did lead the team in net rating with a plus 11. And some nights, again, the net rating stats, you can kind of get a taste of which units out there were doing something good and which weren't. Tonight, it was just a smorgasbord of positives and negatives. You had players like DeAnthony Melton. Melton, side note, not a good game for him tonight. Just 2 of 10 shooting, 1 of 6 shooting from deep. The Warriors collectively did not shoot the ball well from deep either. As a team, they were just 14 of 51 from beyond the arc. That's only good for 27.5% shooting from deep, whereas the Lakers take nearly half the amount of three-point attempts. The Warriors putting up, again, 51 three-point attempts. The Lakers only putting up 27. The Warriors go 14 of 51 for just 27.5% shooting from deep, whereas the LA Lakers go 11 of 27, a much more moderate figure for them, hitting a solid 40.7% of their three-point shots. And again, Melton still on that minute restriction, playing just 23 minutes, 36 seconds tonight. It looked like the size at time was bothering him. Finished with just 5 points, again, on that 1 of 6 shooting from deep. Defensively did come up with 5 steals. The Warriors collectively had 16 steals in this game. It's their defense that keeps them in it to make up for an offense that's lacking in a lot of departments. The defense remains tenacious. The effort remains strong. Alas, the final result, not what you'd necessarily want. A 105-99 loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. Moses Moody, by the way, led all scorers in scoring tonight, dropping 25. LeBron James leading the LA Lakers in scoring with 20 points, dishing 10 assists, grabbing 7 boards in a loss. And then Guy Santos, the one major negative for him in an otherwise what I thought was a solid outing. He's been absolutely the star of this team for the last few weeks. I can't remember. I think it was Tim Legler on the broadcast tonight who mentioned that Gooey, a.k.a. Guy Santos, has been putting up 15 points a game now over the last 6 as his role expands. So Guy Santos showing that he does belong in the NBA. But the one flag, and I've heard people in the audience bring this up as well. It's not something I've paid close attention to, but tonight it was glaring, and that's foul trouble. Guy Santos picked up his 4th foul very early in this game, and that unfortunately affected the rotations. It affected the ability for Guy to play a bigger factor in this. His size, his energy, just everything. Every aspect of his game was desperately needed, and his minutes were just at 26 minutes, 19 seconds tonight, largely because of that foul trouble. Finished with 5 fouls on the night. Also finished with 15 points, 8 rebounds to go with 3 assists and a steal. Guy, however, did not shoot the ball well from deep, just like everyone else. Just 1 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc. Still finished with 15 points. Again, 8 boards. Solid outing for him. Pat Spencer is officially a Golden State Warrior for the rest of the season. Congrats to him. Deserves a round of applause. Give that man a hand. Pat Spencer, tenacious as F-bomb. The dude brings the hustle. The dude brings a level of ferocity that certainly bothers other teams. What I continually will never understand is why Steve Kerr thinks playing him and Pat Spencer together is a good idea. Taking that a step further, a lineup that I saw tonight, which was utterly atrocious. We saw Pat Spencer, Brandon Pajemski, and GP2 out there together. Why? Makes no damn sense. Please stop putting Moses Moody at the 4. Moody was out there with him too. Moses Moody on any other basketball team is a 2 guard, maybe a 3 at most. but not to Steve Kerr. In Steve Kerr's eyes, Moses Moody can be a power forward sometimes. And that's what we saw tonight. It don't work. It doesn't work. G4M saying in the chat, when Podziemski's playing, it always means a 3 or 4 guard lineup. Agreed. Some reports today, Jake Fisher from the Stein line, Mark Stein Substack, reporting that the Warriors are in the hunt for Lonzo Ball. A lot of contradictory reports, nothing official. I don't know who the Warriors would let go if they decide to sign with Lonzo. There are other teams also connected with Lonzo in terms of a potential signing, the Denver Nuggets chief among them. So look, if Lonzo means the end of Podziemski, chef's kiss, sign me up for that all day, every day. But I have no idea if those reports are true, as we've detailed on this program. The rumor mill when it comes to the trade deadline, when it comes to anything transactional in the NBA with free agents, with trades, a buyout market, all you see out there is clickbait. All you see out there is just fluff, just smoke. It rarely results in anything substantial to that represents reality. It just doesn't happen. And so who knows if Jake Fisher is just busting out some clickbait or if there's some truth to that. But Lonzo Ball bought out after being traded by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and who knows where he's going to end up. As OMG, it's Manny in the chat writes, 5 guard lineups coming soon. But maybe the silver lining in a decision like that is it means the end of the Brandon Podziemski era with the Golden State Warriors. I know it's wishful thinking, but what are you going to do? Nonetheless, so before I start bringing folks on the program for the audience participation portion of this, Kristaps Porzingis, a.k.a.
Tingus Pingus!
I got to be faster with that. My apologies. I'm not comfortable yet with where the button placement is. Tingus Pingus was introduced to the Golden State Warriors tonight, or rather was introduced to the public as a member of the Golden State Warriors tonight. But it wasn't necessarily the introduction that made headline news. It was a couple of factual tidbits followed by Mike Dunleavy Jr. holding a press conference. MDJ does not address the public, does not talk to the media that often. It's no surprise that this was unscheduled. This was a very last-minute affair. No opportunities for the press to warm up and track him down so they could ask questions. So it was mostly just the tier ones and maybe some LA media who slipped in. But he revealed a few things which are very unfortunate. First off, Kristaps Porzingis is not going to play until after the All-Star break. So all the hopes for seeing this new acquisition dress up in a Warriors uniform delayed, as expected. He's played 17 games this season. I believe he hasn't played since January 7th. He was listed as questionable on the injury report for the Atlanta Hawks for last Tuesday's game. The report listed the reason for him being questionable with illness. What the illness is, whether it's the POPS that he's dealing with, whether it was something else, who knows? I would rather have illness as the reason why he's out until after the All-Star break instead of the actual reason, which is load management / injury management for his left Achilles. That's the reason they're holding him out. Kristaps held a private workout with Rick Celebrini, with Mike Dunleavy Jr., with Steve Kerr today, and that assessment came soon after the workout, deciding a decision, made by the team to hold him out until, I believe, February 19th. Friendly reminder, every time you see me looking at the phone, it's because I'm looking at the Warriors schedule. It's part of my wallpaper on my phone, if you can see that. And so the Warriors, after the All-Star break, their first game out will be Thursday, February 19th, a home game against the Boston Celtics, Tingus Pingus' former team. We don't even know if he's going to be 100%. There's no 100% certainty he's going to dress up and play for that game, whether he's going to dress up and play at all this season. There are zero guarantees. But what made news and headlines and moved the needle considerably from this press conference was what Mike Dunleavy Jr. said when he was asked by a member of the press contingent what Tingus Pingus's availability actually is. And Mike Dunleavy Jr. answered this reporter and then followed it with a very not so subtle dig at former player Jonathan Kaminga, which got the attention of his agent, Aaron Turner, and he responded in kind publicly, not in a press conference setting, it was on Twitter. But let's first listen to Mike Dunleavy Jr. This was him right during the press conference answering the question, when are we going to see Porzingis? Is he available? What's his status? And here's what Mike Dunleavy Jr. Had to say.
How confident are you that Kristaps Porzingis can stay healthy? He's only played in very few games the last few years. Just how much of a factor was that when you made this decision?
Yeah, I mean, we feel good about it. We looked into it pretty in depth, and yeah, I mean, we believe in our medical staff. There's no guarantees, there's no certainty, but with kind of where he's at right now, where he's been, we feel good about it. And you know, on the other end of it, in terms of like what we're sending out, we're sending out, a player in a similar boat who struggled to stay on the floor. So I think from our standpoint, like we recognize the risk medically, but it's a risk we're willing to take.
So Mike Dunleavy Jr. in that comment, basically throwing Kaminga under the bus and saying that even though they're getting a player who has basically a history of inconsistency with availability, Mike Dunleavy Jr. unnecessarily throwing some shade at Kaminga by saying, well, on the flip side, we're sending out a player who also wasn't available. Now, look, the one key critique I've had of Kaminga has been durability, but that's not what he was talking about there. And maybe more importantly, let's not ignore why he missed so many games this season. It has entirely to do with the DNPs. And so Aaron Turner, the agent for Jonathan Kaminga, a multiple-time guest of this program, I'm going to try to bring him back on again soon, responded on Twitter with, quote, nasty stuff, Mike D, the master of going low without acting like you're going low. So that's where we're at. And side note, appreciate Paulie Ford 6260 with a $5 super sticker. Thank you very much for the support, Paulie. Appreciate you. But yeah, so the Mike Dunleavy Jr. era is in full steam now. He's making moves that have fingerprints written all over him, and in this case, taking a cheap shot at former player Jonathan Kaminga, saying that, well, look, Kristaps, yeah, he's got some durability issues, but so did Kaminga. And we posed the question on this show is like, is durability the primary variable here that influence Steve Kerr's decision making with personnel? In other words, Kaminga's lack of availability when it comes to health. He missed 31 games last year with the ankle sprain. This year, he started to experience some knee soreness that I believe was diagnosed as runner's knee, just like Steph Curry. But he was also DNP'd for over a month, except for that one game in OKC. And again, maybe that's what rubbed Mike Dunleavy Jr. and company the wrong way. But anyways, and for those wondering whether, or maybe the Kaminga haters out there who were espousing without any validity, any substantial evidence to corroborate whether or not Kaminga was faking injuries at the end. He's now with the Atlanta Hawks, and he's not going to make his debut, or he's going to be reevaluated, I believe, on February 22nd, which means that knee bruise was very serious. But also maybe that's what Mike Dunleavy Jr. was alluding to. Maybe there is some truth behind his words. With that said, did he need to say that? No. And were the DNPs the primary issue? Yes. I don't think it's complicated to see what went down there. And nonetheless, now another piece of bad news. Sorry to be the bearer of content that you may or may not like. Most likely you will not like. Wardell, Steph Curry, who has been afflicted by that quote unquote runner's knee. Yes, I do need to get a haircut. Is gonna likely be out through the All-Star break. Nothing confirmed yet, but Anthony Slater was reporting today that that it's an issue that may linger past the All-Star break, which also then makes Steph's availability for the All-Star game at Intuit Dome, where Steph is was selected as a starter, that it puts that up in doubt. They desperately need Steph back. I mean, there's no question about that. He represents everything for this franchise. And so Steph, even though technically it's a day-by-day scenario situation, in reality, it might be a while. This could be a chronic thing. Steph mentioning as well that he and I can't remember who he told this to, but Stephen Curry alluding to the runner's knee being an issue last year as well. I don't remember it being a serious issue. I have very little memory of that, to be honest. If it affected him, it was for a very short stint. But Steph saying that the runner's knee that he's currently experiencing nearly identical to what he felt a year ago. And we shall see what happens there. So I'm going to post the link for the audience now. If anybody wants to join the show, they can do so just by clicking the link that's in the chat. If you have any ideas, if you have any thoughts following the Warriors and the Lakers, we'll play some post-game sound if it comes down the wire. But yeah, the Warriors again of losing tonight. Final score 105-99, a game that they actually led by 1 at the half before they started the second half with the score tied because Austin Reeves came out there to shoot a technical free throw after Draymond Green was barking for a while. And one last stat I want to quickly mention, which I thought was glaring. At the end of the first half, the Warriors led this game again, 42-41. They've turned into just an all-out three-point chucking team, right? That's what they do now. And they were just 5 of 27 in the first half. Good for 18.5% shooting from deep. And what I saw from this game, I don't know if you folks agree with me or not, in terms of why the Warriors led by a point, despite going just 5 of 27 from deep, whereas the LA Lakers made the exact same amount of threes, 5, with over half less attempts, if I'm making sense. In other words, the Warriors had 27 three-point attempts in the first half. LA had 13. Now, why were the Warriors still ahead? It's a great question. And what I saw, it's just my personal observation that I'm relaying to the audience, is LA came into this game, I'm guessing, thinking this was going to be an easy walkover victory, that they were just going to sleepwalk their way to a win because of how shorthanded the Warriors were. And they did not prepare for the intensity, for the effort. This Warriors team is not mailing it in. And good for them. It's probably the sole reason for this product still being watchable is the fact that they haven't given up. They're not throwing a white towel at all. They believe in themselves. They believe in this team. And the effort is there. So at the end of the first half, even though the Warriors shot just 18.5% from deep, they out-rebounded. Oh, I'm sorry. They only got out-rebounded by the Lakers 21-20. And the Lakers are a far bigger team. They also grabbed 4 more offensive rebounds than the Lakers at the end of the first half. Unfortunately, in the second half, the Lakers definitely ratcheted up the intensity. The final team stats for you, the Lakers out-rebounding the Warriors 41-37. The Lakers, after just only had 5 offensive boards on the night, which to me reflects the lack of intensity they brought to the game tonight. But you have LeBron James dropping 20. Austin Reeves played just well enough, had 16 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. And between this, the size difference between, God damn, something in my head. Between the size difference, points off turnovers, the Warriors finished this game with 13 turnovers. And that's another reason why the Warriors kept this game as close as they did, because they had 10 less turnovers than the Lakers. Their defense is legit. I believe that the broadcast crew tonight on ABC said They're 7th in the NBA currently in defensive rating. I could look that up myself right now. And I'm Google searching this, forgive me, but the fact that the Warriors won the turnover battle 23-13 reflects in a lot of ways why this game was as close as it was. The Warriors scoring 25 points off those 23 Laker turnovers. The Lakers scoring 19 points off the Warriors' 13 turnovers. So the effort is there. But unfortunately, just not enough talent, not enough scoring. The Warriors failing to cross the 100-point threshold. Side note, for those of you who bet the over, I apologize. Forgive me, because we've been recommending ever since David Bierman came on the show a few weeks back and mentioned the fact that the Warriors at that point, this was about two or 3 weeks ago, mentioning that the Warriors were 9 games above 500 in terms of hitting the over. And tonight that was not the case. 105-99, a low-scoring battle, the turnover battle, again, won by the Golden State Warriors. And that's what largely kept them in it because their defense is so exemplary. And really quickly, defensive rating-wise, the Warriors have dropped to 10. I didn't realize that. And so something tells me that's Bubba, what's going on with you, dude? Got all riled up there. He's like, maybe he didn't like talking. He's like, don't you dare bash the Warriors defense. Bubbers, chill out, dude. So the Warriors are now 10th. They were 3rd in defensive rating not that long ago. They've dropped to 10th in that category. In terms of points given up per game, a slightly different stat to defensive rating. With defensive rating, you're basing these numbers off per 100 possessions. If you look at the stats of just strictly how many points you're giving up per game, the Warriors in that category are also 10th. So I don't know what, when, where, why. I don't know why Tim Legler said 7th, or maybe they were 7th and now they're 10th. So that's your breakdown in a nutshell. Julian Bashir starts the show. How are you doing, Julian? Actually, Julian, do you mind if I give you a runner-up status only because I don't want to waste Manny's time, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you?
I'm game for anything. Go right ahead.
Okay, you're gonna be second. I'll bring you right back. But OMG, it's Manny. I'm not gonna waste your time, brother. Joining us from Orlando. How are you doing, brother? And thanks for your support. I saw the note in our chat that you're 1 month away from a year-long Golden Days subscription. Thank you, brother. And how are you?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Yes.
All right. I got a new microphone. That's why. No, man, I'm good. You didn't have to rush me. I mean, I love listening to what Julian always has to say. So, I mean, if you want to bring him on to it, doesn't matter. I'm doing good, maintaining high hopes for my life more than for these Warriors, as long as they continue to play Brandon Podziemski. I think Mike Dunleavy and all these people just want me to, just keep stressing my heart, having Brandon Podziemski on the floor. I don't understand why they keep doing it. 33 minutes, and it's just something I'm seeing. The consistency is the more he plays, the more we lose. And it's weird that I'm not I don't get paid to watch the games like this, but even I can pick that out, yet these people don't. So, I don't understand what's going on, man. Luckily, and I didn't want to show anybody before I say anything, but I had just bought a new jersey, and I was scared before the trade deadline to wear it. And so after the deadline, I'm able to wear it. I bought a Jimmy Butler jersey. So luckily, he's still in the team for now. Hopefully that stays the same. And I mean, I don't know, man. It just looks like for right now, this is a wash. I mean, what are we going to do? I mean, we got
speaking of that Jimmy Butler jersey, Manny, another part of that Mike Dunleavy Jr. press conference today, which raised eyebrows, and your Jimmy Butler comment reminded me, was Dunleavy saying that Draymond Green was never in trade discussions, was never in danger of being traded anywhere, adding that Jimmy Butler was also never in danger of being traded anywhere. That message going in complete contradiction to what Draymond Green said on his own podcast, to what Steve Kerr said publicly. And it's a friendly reminder that if they're the most emptiest words to come out of any NBA executive are Mike Dunleavy Jr.'s. Like nothing he saing carries value. Nothing he says
didn't they play
is
together, son?
trustworthy. What's up?
Didn't they play together? Mike
Mike
Dunleavy
Dunleavy Jr. and Jimmy Butler, yes, they have a close relationship. But he added today that Draymond Green was safe, which goes completely against all the rhetoric about Giannis. And it just goes to show, again, Mike Dunleavy Jr., look, I get it. You're the GM. You don't want to leak too much information. You want to have a competitor's edge. But at the same time, it's like, why even do interviews? I mean, if all you're going to do is just make up shit and lie to all of our faces, like, what's the point? You be a little smoother with your communication skills, because it's transparent how full of BS he is. And that's not a good look either, I think.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, be more like, I mean, at least Steve Kerr knows how to, play the room a little bit better rather than just, completely just throw something that's completely, a lie, as you just called it. But I mean, I think they're just trying to, fix whatever they can as far as relationships after that happened. I'm pretty sure that, because Draymond in his podcast, he came out and he was talking about how he really, when they were asked about his wife, that's when it really sank in. And he was like, oh crap, like I could really be gone. And he was really contemplating that. And I'm sure that rubbed him the wrong way after being here for 13 and a half years, for him to just be thrown on the, on the trading block like that. And I'm guessing he's just trying to, reconstruct some type of relationship with the players. But I mean, what he needs to do is just deconstruct the relationship with Brandon Pajemski. Like he needs to be, at this point, I will trade him for Bronny James and have him just warm up the bench. And I think we'll do even better. But we keep playing, they keep playing him. And then the amount of minutes, it just doesn't make sense, man. I'm contemplating starting to watch the Orlando Magics now.
Oh no! By the way, I love your jersey. So you got the town version of the jersey.
Yeah.
For the podcast audience who can't see this, Manny is wearing a Jimmy Butler jersey with that classic like retro brown, which I love, man. It's a new look this season. Congrats! That's a clean looking jersey, brother. But we look at it. But one chat comment, and this is Mr. Silax is really upping his troll game. Bravo, sir, saying Dunleavy playing 8D chess. Y'all just can get it. Yeah, he's the one playing the chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Silax, you've been on fire lately, but it's very disappointing. I think just everything that's been going down, man. I don't know. How'd you feel about this game tonight?
I didn't watch it.
It was nationally televised. You could have just had no interest, huh?
Nope, none whatsoever.
I'm trying to figure out why Charles Barkley was a late scratch, because the Inside the NBA crew was handling all the commentary duties for pre and post game and halftime, and but Chuck wasn't there. I missed an explanation for why. Chris Webber, former Golden State Warrior, filling in, and there was a fun halftime bit in the game tonight, which Manny, you missed because you didn't watch. I'm kidding. It wasn't that big of a deal, but Webber and Kenny Smith having a good ribbing. They raced again. In case you folks don't follow along with Inside the NBA, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Chris Webber were in a race, an actual foot race, like 10 years ago. And in case this helps jog your memory a little bit, Kenny was kind of laying off the gas toward the end, starting to celebrate early before he actually crossed the finish line. And Weber beat him last minute as a result of that. And it's been a running joke nonstop ever since. This was almost 10 years ago. And so they had a follow-up tonight. This was a race just from the desk, the broadcast desk, to the big jumbotron, the huge screen that Kenny uses for his analysis. And Chris Webber won again. It was absolutely hilarious. I can't get enough of that show, man. It's good. It's good stuff for the NBA. But Manny, so you're just done with the Warriors. You're not even watching anymore. You buy a brand new jersey, and right after that, you go, I ain't gonna watch this shit.
Well, today I was getting ready. I've been sending you. I think last time I came in, I told you guys that I started the YouTube channel, working on the car for my daughter and all that kind of stuff. So I got like a new equipment that I'm gonna be using tomorrow to record. So I was just playing with that, trying to set all that up and all that. And I mean, I was tracking the scores, but I just had a feeling it wasn't going to be worth it to watch it today. I mean, I'll watch tomorrow, the replays and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I just wanted to be here with you guys. I wanted to share, this time with you guys. This is my favorite part of watching Golden State Warriors game now, is coming on here and just reading the comments and listening to everybody here in Golden State. So
thank you, brother. And so health-wise, you're doing okay? It's just the status quo, one day at a time?
That's how I live. every day as if tomorrow's not promised.
How's your girl
today's my
doing?
last day. I'm gonna be great. How's what?
How's your little girl doing?
Oh, she's fantastic. She got her permit, so she's with her mom driving around. I'll get her this upcoming weekend, and we'll work on a car together, getting it ready for her. And she's doing great, man. She's doing great.
Good, brother. All right, man. Always awesome of you to check in. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to throw out there before we bring Julian on?
So Bubba, translation, he was just saying, please bench Brandon Podziemski. That's what he was saying, but you told him to shut up. And you just were not getting the message. That's what Bubba was trying to say.
Yeah, it was just I hear it. I'm gonna guess you're absolutely right. That's what's bugging him.
That's what
he always looks unhappy and irritated, on edge whenever I'm watching the Warriors and Podziemski's in the game. He just suddenly gets riled up. He's calm and sleeping, and then when Pods gets in the game, he just suddenly is like he's constantly turning in his spot and never comfortable. It's like his intuition, his sixth sense can just feel something's off with the Earth's energy in those minutes. And tonight there were 33 of them, way too much.
Yes, sir.
Good things don't happen when Podziemski plays. It's just bottom line.
All right, my brother. God bless.
You too, man.
Stay safe. Keep it up, man.
You too, brother. We'll hear from him soon. And OMG Manny, thank you. Love the man. Last time he was on the show, made a plea, a wish, if you will, for the Warriors to trade Brandon Podziemski, and we're still waiting for that wish to be honored. Now, Julian Bashir has a profile photo. If you're listening to this on the podcast and can't see this, obviously, because that's audio only. Julian Bashir's profile photo is Jonathan Kaminga in a Hawks jersey. Did it disappoint you, Julian, to learn that Kaminga will not make his debut with the Atlanta Hawks until January 22nd?
Hello, Cy. Not
February 22nd. Yeah.
Just because there's only 2 games left until the All-Star break. So for both cases, Kristaps Porzingis and Kaminga, I think it's best to take this break to one, even if they were healthy, understand the playbooks of their new teams and also get some practice time in. And I believe the Hawks actually practice, unlike the Warriors. And I think the only time Warriors actually practice throughout the season is the All-Star break, because when they come back, they usually say that oh yeah, we got some practice time in. So I think it's a good thing to just sit the next 2 games and come back strong with the All-Star break. Understand your teammates. I saw a short clip of Kaminga being introduced with his new team. I didn't know that the GM of the Hawks was actually with the Warriors for
correct
for Kaminga's first 3 years.
Correct.
And he said, you brought up Dunleavy, and he's just a snake. I've seen enough of his lies where, oh yeah, Draymond was in trade talks. And I watched a press conference of the Hawks GM, and he said a lot of positive things, but I also think that he was holding back excitement, just being very, very, very political, just like Kaminga could do this. We have cap space in this. We like what's coming in. But yeah, not too much of a disappointment, because we only have 2 games left.
Oh, until the All-Star break.
Yeah. So I just think it's perfect just to, get settled in.
And I want to quickly, Chris in Florida is saying that, writes, I know you said, Cy, regarding JK, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. I never said that. I don't recall ever saying those words. I never was happy with them leaving, but it's just, dude, the Warriors are my team, man. That's how I roll. I've never been one of those folks who is a fan of the individual. Maybe there were exceptions to that. Like when Joe Montana went to the Chiefs, I was rooting for him there. But even when KC and the Niners played way back in '94 in a regular season game, I was still rooting for the Niners, man. I'm a geography guy. I'm a team guy. I'm a franchise guy. And I wish Kaminga well. I will forever be on his side in terms of, how he was treated here. And I did not want him traded. I don't like any of that. None of that sat right with me. But with that said, he's with the Hawks now, and we are the All-Star break. We're going to have a lot of guests on this show. And one of the shows we're going to do during the All-Star break is a dual stream with the Believe in Hawks show. And in the same way, like, networks have shows named after them. The last show I was a part of was part of the LO network. And so LO has shows from nearly all the teams. Well, Believe does too. But they allow us to get a little creative and flexible. So, for example, my show here covering the Warriors is called Golden Days. However, the Hawks show is called Believe in Hawks, and we're going to do a dual stream with the host of that show, the host of Believe in Hawks. His name is Bryce Lewis, and we're going to do a dual stream there. And we were texting back and forth. And one thing he brought up was Buddy Hield. And because we were talking back and forth about sharing our insights on Kaminga with the Hawks. He's going to share insights with Kristaps Porzingis with the Warriors, and he goes, "Yeah, and I'm also going to bring up Buddy." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot he was part of that." And all I could say to Bryce about the Buddy part is spread the message. Don't play him. Just let him sit on the bench. Just wait out that contract to expire. Let him be a team chemistry guy. But unless winning does not matter to you, don't put him out on the court, please. You're not going to see good things. It's just my opinion on it. I could be wrong. Anyway.
Well, I was going to point out Hamza's comment. He said, I just don't like the Warriors. I'm a Kaminga fan because he was on the Warriors. I've been watching the Warriors since the Baron Davis days, probably a little bit before. And the reason why I'm a fan of Kaminga because I got to see him up close and personal. And I think the difference between, say, players leaving other organizations and whomever you're a fan of is that just he did it the right way. And you also saw that something changed in this organization. The energy and the vibes of this organization are not the same that they were during Bob Myers. And so we can still have good memories of Steph Curry, but we also could be honest with ourselves. Like Draymond Green is not that guy anymore. We're not going to root for Klay Thompson just because he left. So we can still be a fan of a team, but we're also fans of basketball. When I go to when I was younger and I played the game, I wasn't thinking about who my team is. I'm thinking like I like to play basketball. Earlier today I watched a bit of the Spurs and I forgot who they played. The Mavericks. You see great. That's how you know that the Warriors are not a real team right now. If you watch other teams, I think Stephon Castle started off the game 10 for 10 or 9 for 9, ended up with 40 points. Also, I watched a bit of the Hawks game. Then I turned over to the Warriors, and so you can still appreciate the league and also appreciate players that leave. And I would say in this case, you saw Kaminga get a standing ovation when he was DNP'd and checked in. So I think the real fans really appreciate his patience, understand how he was treated. And so, there's nothing wrong of still being here. I would say Cy still has the best formula for a podcast right now.
Thanks, brother.
I think Cyrus should expand, and just like there's multiple locked on chats, Cyrus should get like multiple days going on, hire different people. And
we actually have an important media exec watching the show tonight. I don't know if he's still watching, but if you are, a little old friend, because I'm never going to be complacent, and nor should anyone be, right? I mean, if there's room to grow and room to make progress, pursue it, right? Ambition is not a bad thing in this world as long as you have a healthy perspective and don't go too far in any one direction. Moderation is the key to life. That's very sound advice.
What you do, Cy, is hard because you go live directly after the games, but that also gives a platform for people to look forward to something. And also the fact that you have the video on, notification, people are in a chat. So it's a bit of a kind of like a watch party, even though it's not happening quite yet. So you have a good formula. And I do want you to still main your focus to be Warriors. But if the opportunity happens for you to expand to talk more about the NBA in general, get more perspectives, like you say, you have someone from a Hawks channel coming on, I think that would just be great for you because you have a great basketball mind, and it'll just be more subscribers.
I appreciate you. We're actually I've been talking with the top dogs, I believe, about a Believe in NBA show. Where I would just be one of like a bunch of people involved with it. It's like a 5-day-a-week thing, and One of the days I do it. So that's in talk. So I might expand and do a Believe in NBA show. I don't know who the co-host would be, but thank you, brother. I appreciate the kind words. You're buttering me up almost too much, Julian.
Yeah.
Well, what are your thoughts? So most importantly, how are you feeling about the war? Are you checked out on the Warriors? Because I saw the Hamza comment. He's basically saying you're not a real Warriors fan and you were more of a Kaminga fan. I think that's what the jive of the message was.
Hey,
you agree with that? Are you part of that group where now the Warriors?
I'm rooting for the best for the Warriors, and sometimes rooting for the best of a team is letting them, I guess, letting them collapse in their own filth and with their decisions. So clearly I'm here. I watched the entire game. I watch every game. And so for me, it's worse than the Lakers Kobe Bryant era because they weren't trying to compete. We keep on being told that we're trying to compete. And there's so many decisions like tonight, for example, if you look, and I said this last time, I said, don't get too excited. Because when Pods played only 12 minutes or so, and we're saying, oh, this formula is good, we're playing the right players, and we go right back to the thing that is hindering this team and holding it back, which is the Pods minutes. And so I root for a better coach. I root for this roster to get cleaned up. And so the more that the flaws are exposed, the faster that we can get back to contention. And so tonight, Brandon Porzingis, for some reason, plays, 5 more minutes than Pat Spencer. And Pat Spencer had an overall better game than Pods. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Pods, I would say he only had 12 points because his last bucket came with 30 seconds. Some guy dribbled off his foot and Pods just got an easy layup. But let's just say what it is, 14.6 rebounds, 4 assists with 5 more minutes. There's nothing that happened tonight that Steve Kerr, like a real coach, has said, you know what, let me put this guy back in. All year, we've been seeing that when you do not play Pods, we win. I think there was a stretch where we were 0-13 when he started. And then every time Spencer and him get equal minutes, Spencer outplays him. So the part of I'm not rooting. I want the Warriors to lose. If anything, I was going to say Cyrus, if I would hold off on the Tingus Pingus thing because I want us to be a positive with
Tingus Pingus. Sorry.
Yeah, I want us to cross our fingers and say maybe this will be the new fresh start. New energy, new medical staff, where he's able to show off some skill sets that he's been known for, and because he's only 30, and there's been I think Andrew Bogut came here with injury issues, and then he made a name for himself.
True.
So let's root for that. And we're watching today's game, and you just continue to see Will Richard, for example. Why does a coach feel that someone that has shown you his skill sets, because he's a rookie, should not be favored over someone like GP2 or Pods? But Pods in his rookie year was able to replace a Hall of Famer. It doesn't make sense. So those are the things that are my criticisms. I believe that the offseason is very important. I think even though he said, Draymond's not in trade talks, but I think you have to consider.
Bullshit, by the way. I mean, look, I don't get. I mean, that was weird. That was a weird thing for Mike Dunleavy Jr. to say, considering we all know either him or Jimmy Butler would have had to have been involved in that Giannis trade if that was in any way real, and all indications were it was. There were way too many credentialed, credible reporters confirming that fact. Draymond Green himself said that the team talked to him about that. So I don't understand why Mike Dunleavy Jr. and I've heard this critique from people behind the scenes and reporters, people who work for the Warriors. I've heard this from multiple people that Mike Dunleavy Jr. does walk around thinking he's the smartest guy in the room. That's the attitude he carries. He thinks that, basically he has a very smug attitude. You're talking to me? How dare you? Did you just make eye contact with me?
Maybe that explains a little bit of his shots towards Kaminga, because I think Kaminga has been very respectful of the whole situation. A lot of people have said he is, but Kaminga, you can tell that he doesn't have a back down type of personality. And once he starts to get like cemented in this league, you're going to see a lot more from him as far as his vocalness, his, he plays how he wants to play. And maybe that's why Dunleavy has been taking shots at him, because whatever they're asking of him, I think he tried his best, but also he knows that. I saw a highlight of Kaminga when him and what's his name, Chet Holmgren, were young, and JK destroyed him. I've been watching the Hawks game. Jalen Johnson is a great overall player, but he does not have the touch or the jump shot or the aggressiveness that Kaminga has. That 11 for 11 game against the Hawks, Kaminga did all of his damage against Jalen Johnson. So I think Kaminga knows who he is and what they're trying to transform him into. He tried his best, but he also understands that he's better than the reputation that has been placed on him so far.
It's just there's no way you can go back to going back to the Dunleavy thing. There's just like, what is the point of ever doing an interview if it's now beyond blatantly obvious everything you say publicly is just smoke? It's just literally you trying to maneuver and politic the public messaging game. It's complete like this is the same guy who said one of his first moves when he became GM of the Warriors was, "Oh no, Jordan Poole isn't going anywhere." Do you remember that?
Yeah,
and it took like 3 days later he was gone. Like, dude, there's nothing this guy says is trustworthy. He's completely ruined his own credibility with the bullshit he espouses, man. It's weird. KK is in their chat adding that it's that the fact that Dunleavy's in such a position of power and still thinks he can be publicly petty and entitled is extremely disturbing. Agreed. I'm losing faith in this guy fast, man. Like the Dunleavy as GM, the honeymoon is long over. The shine, the luster, man, that has been blunted. It's concerning, I think.
Yeah, and Chet, you have. I know some of you may just be complete Warriors homers, and you don't expose yourself to other media, but players' podcasts, especially the retired ones, they all say no one wants to play for the Warriors. And that's not their opinion. They still keep in contact with everyone in the league. And there's a reason why people don't want to come here. And the word is getting out about Steve Kerr, the front office, other things of how people are treated. So the constant lies, I think Daryl Morey kind of ruined his reputation too. And when you're saying one thing and you're doing the other.
With Harden, right?
Yeah, with Harden and other players. I think Daryl Morey just said that they sold high on the player that they traded. So he was pretty much saying that they got more than than his value, and they're diminishing him. You don't say that as a GM.
You don't.
And so
what good comes from that? I don't get what the point is of saying that. How are you winning saying that? Like, in what world does Dunleavy come away looking good, or the Warriors, or anybody with a parting shot like that? I don't understand it. It's almost like he was trying to save his own face, and it's like, for what? Like, you're seriously caring more about public opinion than you are about just saying and doing the smart thing. Like, this is not strategic communicating. It's not. It was a very disappointing comment.
Yeah, and I think the real fans, we see the potential. We understand Will Richards' flaws, but also we understand where he's good at. And when we see what's on the floor, like tonight, I keep on saying we're limited in the roster that we have, but Will Richard is better as a starter because he plays off of other people. We need a ball handler. He's the cutter, and we need a solid. I like that Guy's getting his minutes. Draymond Green, he's not well without Butler or Steph Curry. For example, Draymond Green alone is not spectacular. When Draymond Green is part of a great unit, he's a championship player. Same thing with Will Richard. Like, Will Richard isolated is not a franchise changer, but him next to stars is a championship player, like Bruce Bowen and Robert Ory and others that are specialists. Draymond Green is a specialist. Will Richard, I believe, can be a specialist as well, as far as just solid. You want someone solid. And when you limit someone to Will Richard, 13 minutes last game, 10 minutes this game, and we're seeing someone pounding the ball, pounding the air at the ball, Podzimski only had one turnover, but it was a turnover where he drove in the lane and he didn't know what he was doing. He just threw it all the way back. He's bricking shots, and
what doesn't count, Julian, as a turnover. Like there was, for example, there's one possession late in this game. The Warriors were still in it, and Podziemski decides, I'm just going to attack the rim with two defenders like in my face. And of course, like his I don't know if he was trying to dunk it or if he was trying to lay it up. Whatever the attempt was, they shoved that shit right in his face. It was a block, and the Lakers turned around, ran it for a transition bucket. That's not technically a turnover, but it's very clearly a turn. It's the same sense of the word. It's when you're, and he does a lot of plays like that where it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it's a mistake. It's still a mistake that causes you to give the ball to the other team, and it ain't smart. It's not productive.
When we talk about basketball IQ, learning when to attack and when not to attack, and one thing I mentioned on the show before that I think most people don't see, who you pass to is also a sign of IQ.
Yes.
And Podzimski, he might not have a turnover, but he always does like a cross a court pass, or he doesn't hit the right person in flow or on time. And a lot of his passes come late. And when a pass comes to someone late, they either miss their opportunity for a layup or a jump shot, and then they have to dribble and swing it around. Those are things that that I think most people are seeing, and I'm not even sure Steve Kerr is seeing. I'm not sure with the rest of the staff, but I don't want to like focus so much on Podzimski. I just want to remind that we last game we said, hey, don't get too excited. For me, there's no reason why Pat Spencer should have had less minutes. He's constantly proven himself. That's been the issue for a few years. We have players that have been proving themselves, and they keep on being yanked backwards, and it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, and Steve Kerr just cannot help himself in terms of the Podziemski minutes, and again, that's a massive flaw in his methodologies and his decision making. Like how that's not critiqued more. Like why did Podziemski play 5 more minutes than Pat Spencer tonight?
Yeah, and nothing with the eye test, and even the box score would say to you that he should have played more.
And the box score also shows in every measurable that Pat Spencer in those 5 less minutes did better. Podziemski 6 of 15 from the field. Pat Spencer 6 of 12. Podziemski 2 of 7 from deep. Pat Spencer 2 of 5. The only thing Podziemski, there was actually one category Podziemski slightly was better than, and that's rebounding. Brandon Podziemski 6 boards, Pat Spencer 5. But then you look at assists. Brandon Podziemski 4 assists, Pat Spencer 7. So I don't like, and they had the exact same amount of points.
And ask yourself, what would Spencer have done with those 5 extra minutes? Would he have gotten 1 more rebound, and 2 connect? He said it's fine, continue to bash pots. The reason why is because we want the best for the team. And what's being put on the court is not what's best for the team. For example, if you go around the league, players get a chance. Like we haven't seen how you say his name, Malavi Leons.
Malafai Leons.
Malafai. I watched some of his G League highlights or previous. He actually has a jump shot. He actually has a shooting touch. We haven't seen it in the NBA league, but hey, let's roll it out one day. If you have a bunch of injured players, you just made a trade, you're shorter in bodies, just do what Jason Kidd does. He develops players, say, win or lose, I'm going to coach to see what I have. And Steve Kerr has said it before, but he's never really coached to see what he has. He coaches to see what works for him. And that's why we never seen Moody and Kaminga play in the same lineups, really. I think Tammy said a great comment. She said that, and a lot of people said it, Podzimski doesn't pass to Moody. I've said plenty of times that Podzimski doesn't pass to anyone that he feels is either his equal or beneath him. So it's either only Steph Curry, Green, or Butler when it was healthy. But when he's there with a bunch of people his age or peers, or those that are on contracts less than him, or he feels that, okay, well, they're just a role player, he doesn't think pass first. And I think in one of my jokes where I said Brandon looks to score, then pass, and then doesn't score Porzingis, it's because you could see that he looks shot first, thinks pass second, and even with that, he still doesn't have a high volume of shots, and they're usually either a bad percentage or they end up not being beneficial to the team. So yeah, I just want to make that point. I don't want to talk about pods too much. Like you mentioned up Lonzo Ball. I read a few articles. It seems that the Warriors are in the lead, that they're reading his medical reports right now, and he might have a bigger role for the Warriors. I've talked about Lonzo Ball for two years on your show, and I did watch his Cavalier highlights today. Yes, his shot hasn't been good this year, but he still has quickness, he still has his passing ability, and he still is a tremendous defender and a leader.
Sorry to cut you off, but have you been following where, like, is there any update on where he's going to go? Because again, Jake Fisher reported that like it's a fact that he's going to the Warriors, and it really excited, like it riled up a lot of people. It drove up excitement, but I don't see anything besides what Jake Fisher wrote that
that's the extent of it, where it's the most likely destination is the Warriors above the Nuggets. And right now, the Warriors are reviewing his medical records.
So that's what I read too.
Yeah,
but I imagine other teams are as well. And I saw another report that said that's what other teams are doing too, which kind of diminished Jake Fisher's report. And going back to what you said, you're right. This season has been a massive disappointment for Lonzo Ball. It clearly did not work out with Cleveland. It was not a good fit. And again, kudos to franchises who figure out early, rather than 4.5 years later, that something doesn't fit well. In the case of Lonzo Ball, this season, like you said, bad statistical year, 27.2% from deep. His field goal percentage just 30.1. But you look at his stint with the Bulls last year, the 3-point shot was at 34.4% last year. Year before that, 42.3. Like everything was good. Everything looked good until this season. Who knows what happened? I also, I'm not a big Kenny Atkinson fan. Like, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that might not have played a part in this either. You know,
the shot has nothing to do with his physical ability. Now he's still running pretty quickly. He's making his finishes. His passes are on point. He's playing the passing lane. He just hasn't been shooting. So it could be in the Warrior system where we're taking literally 53s the last 4 games. And with that spacing, he might do very well. I believe, for me, his size is important. He's 6'6" in shoes and his defense. I rather have a 6'6" guy that's playing the 2 guard than Podzimski playing the 2. Now, with that said, I don't know if signing Lonzo Ball diminishes Podzimski's minutes.
I hope it does.
Hope it would so, but we haven't seen evidence of that. But I do think that Lonzo is the kind of player that Steve Kerr likes and would want. And here's the thing: in the buyout market, you're always you have to. You're looking for a flawed player that can reignite his value, and I think that in a new situation, he's only 28 years old, and again, I saw nothing from him physically.
Well, and physically, Julian, one thing I haven't heard you mention is his physical dimensions are much more of a shooting guard, right? Like he's 6'5", and that's important, man, because for a system like the Warriors where you're playing guys who typically are shooting guards at power forward, case in point, Moses Moody just tonight, that the size thing is very important. So if you can get a guy who has the point guard skills, who has shown in the past he's not a liability offensively, and he gives you the same size that Jordan Poole had, I'd be riveted. I'd be curious. I wouldn't hate it just to check it out. What's the worst that happens? It doesn't work out.
Just like DeAnthony Melton last year. Yeah. He was a bit of questionable goods. He only played 5 games, but we saw something great. He's back now. He didn't have a good game tonight, but we've seen a lot of things great from DeAnthony Melton. And we're saying that he could probably be a good piece to build a roster around. So if Lonzo comes and he shows that, hey, he's still solid, you can get him on the cheap. when you're building your roster in the offseason. And again, his size and dimensions, and also his basketball IQ, that's very important. He is much smarter than Porzingis. He's not selfish. And the fact that he's gone through the injuries and a bit of, kind of like those life lessons, he's not looking to build his name. He's looking to stay in the league. And that means like getting people involved, showing what his value is. And a Spithead, how much is Lonzo making? He was on a $10 million contract, but it doesn't matter because he's on waivers right now. So he'll get like whatever the waiver minimum is. And Sai, you were mentioning who's going to pick him up. I think the Warriors are in the lead just because they do have the playing time for him. Because remember, we did trade 3 roster spots for 1. We got rid of Trace Jackson-Davis, Kaminga, and also Buddy Hield. He can fit into Buddy Hield's minutes that Steve Kerr was giving. And you're on mute. You're on mute.
Thank you for that. I was going to say, yeah, you're right. They did lose a spot technically. So
They lost
right
3-1.
now, because the Warriors tonight had 11 guys in uniform. So they did not have Kristaps Porzingis. They did not have who else they did not have tonight? They can't just have 12 players. Right?
Well, remember, we traded 3 and only got 1 back.
Well, two. Because there was you're right.
Yes, we only got a second-round pick for Trace Jackson-Davis.
So they have space right now to just sign anybody. They don't have to waive Podziemski.
No, they don't waive anybody. And then also,
dude, take the flyer.
I'm not sure if Butler's injury opens up an
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Thank you. That's important. It does not. So to the Jimmy Butler slot. So the Warriors had had 11 players in uniform tonight. That includes Malachi Leons, who's on a 2-way deal. So Steph wasn't there, Seth wasn't there, Jimmy Butler wasn't there, and all those 3 guys are under contract right now. So that makes 14. But that means there's 1 spot. You're right. So if they want to take a flyer on Lonzo Ball, and the team is still obsessed with Brandon Podziemski, the most mid-average guy imaginable, you can sign Lonzo, take that risk, and not give up Podziemski, even though that would be to the chagrin.
Hamza said that he can't hit open threes, so how does that help us? Lonzo's game, I think that he can find a shot, but for example, Buddy Hield couldn't hit open threes. He was shooting 30% for the Warriors this year. And so say you plug Lonzo in for Buddy Hield's minutes and say they shoot the exact same percentage. What you're going to get from Lonzo, you're not going to get those boneheaded mistakes where you're dribbling off your leg out of bounds, where you're passing to no one because someone cut and you didn't know that they're cut. You're not going to get, just kind of running into your own teammates type of thing. So you're going to get a higher IQ basketball player. So even if his shot doesn't come, he's still going to play better defense, better IQ, be in the right spots. But I think that his shot could be found in the Warrior system. And I believe fresh starts for anybody. When you get a new job or anything, definitely boost up your energy. So it's not all about shot making, because we clearly our only saving grace or Hail Mary is to take 53s right now. We need bigger guys. We need better defenders. We need smarter IQ people out there.
And how does it hurt? And maybe most importantly, Julian, how does it hurt to try him out? The Warriors are an 8 seed. They're going nowhere. They're like applying logic and reasoning here. In what way is it bad to take a flyer on a player who, yes, this year his 3-point shot's been awful, and I don't know what his standalone 3-point percentage is, but last year was at 35, 2 years ago was at 42. Take a shot. The guy has talent. To me, it's not just whether or not they can hit threes. A basketball player, it's a combination of things. Multiple variables determine the talent of a player. Brandon Podziemski's not a good 3-point shooter either. And if Lonzo Ball can take his minutes, dude, I'm all in for that. Again, he's 6'5". He's quick. He's athletic. He's physical. And again, what harm does it do just to try him out? What's the worst that could happen? He sucks. Oh no.
Same thing with Cam Thompson. His numbers this year are not good, but you saw him last year. So whoever picks up Cam Thomas, it's going to be, hey, it's not going to hurt us. We're picking up someone off waivers, and let's see what happens. So DeRozan is not going to be bought out. Chef said Cam or DeRozan, he's not going to be bought out. But here's the thing: you mentioned that Warriors are the 8th seed. Portland has the easiest schedule going forward in the league.
What's the Clippers schedule for the rest of the year? Do you have that? In
yeah,
front of you?
Their strength of schedule. Let's see. I have it in front of me. There's
Warriors are 5th, right?
No, the Warriors are, because I think it changes. So they're 11th right now. They have the 11th strongest schedule going forward.
Oh, okay, good for them. Because they just played two decent teams recently. So maybe that adjusts. I literally looked at it like 3 days ago and it said the Warriors had the 20th easiest schedule up to that point, the 5th most difficult schedule the remainder of the year. So you're saying as of this date it's 11th?
Yeah. So
because we did the math. When the Warriors had 31 games remaining in the season, of those 31, 11 of the teams were walkovers, like super easy games, and that left 20 against solid competition, mostly Western Conference teams, a couple of Eastern Conference, quote unquote powerhouses, however you want to label the upper echelon squads, and that includes Detroit, that includes New York. But the Warriors did just get 2 of their more difficult games out of the way. In Phoenix on the road, the Lakers on the road. So it does make sense that for the moment that shifted to 11th.
Yeah, and Clippers are 24th as far as
the ease.
Yeah. So their schedule is pretty easy, but also I believe that they're tanking right now. Kawhi, going to pick up.
I don't think they're tanking. I don't think they're tanking at all. Just because they traded Harden for Darius Garland and they traded Zubac. I mean, they still have a lot of old ass dudes on that team. They still have Kawhi Leonard on that team. I don't think they're tanking at all. I think they're still going to try to make the postseason. Do you think they're going to mail it in?
I don't think that they have to. I don't think that. I don't think Kawhi is going to mail it in, but I don't think their team has the ability to compete anymore.
Because they gave up Harden and Zubac?
Yeah, because honestly, I can't name. Oh yeah, there's John Collins, but I can't name anyone else on their team. So
Darius Garland, who's really good.
Yeah, but when is he coming back though?
I don't think it's a long-term debilitating injury. I mean, unless I'm mistaken on that front, it's like a nagging toe thing that they just got tired of dealing with. The LA
making custom shoes for him so he can play. So his toe's going to be put in a certain position. So.
It's weird. Toe injuries are so weird. And again, it's not like that was something he's been dealing with in his life. Mm-hmm. It just started late last year is when he suddenly that became something that would plague him. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not prepared to pretend that the Clippers are just gonna fold. I don't. I mean, maybe you're right, but I'm looking at a team right now. Okay, I have their depth chart in front of me. Darius Garland, and the latest on the injury report for Garland is ruled out for Friday's game against the Kings, and he won't play in Sunday's game against the Timberwolves. But he's day by day.
Okay.
So it's not an extended injury. And then they did acquire Benedict Mathurin. Is he out for the year? What's his status? I love
that actually is a good trade. So maybe they're not what's it called? Tanking it right now.
I don't think they're tanking. No, I don't think they're tanking. I mean, look, this trade got them 2 picks, which they haven't had in ages. So, but I look, Kawhi Leonard's on this team. Brook Lopez is your starting center. John Collins is your starting power forward. You still have Nicholas Batum. You still have Derek Jones. You still have Chris Dunn. You still have Bogdan Bogdanovic. I do not. This does not resemble a team that's just going to tank. I don't.
So then I
could be wrong. I could be wrong.
The Warriors have 2 teams behind him with easier schedules going forward, and we're competing with 4 guard lineups. And we're crossing our fingers Steph Curry can save us.
Unreal. What do you think? The Warriors beat the Suns, a feel-good win. Podziemski plays 11 minutes in that game. Not a coincidence. And then what the hell does Steve Kerr do? Goes right back to the same old bullshit, man. Just 33 minutes and change for Brandon Podziemski. 33 minutes. I'm guessing Kaminga crossed that threshold, I think, once in his career with the Warriors, maybe twice.
Yeah, Moses moved to 39. That's good. But like you said earlier, hey, these young guys can play big minutes if you just roll them out there. We always said, hey.
Isaiah Collier of the Utah Jazz has played back-to-back 48-minute games. Yeah. It's not the end of the world. Like I know Tom Thibodeau took it to the extreme with his very limited rotations, but these are professional athletes playing basketball, man. This ain't football. This isn't some physical sport where you're barreling into people, breaking bones and shit. Like if you tear something or injure something, it's because you're running too fast. It's ridiculous. The oversensitive like treatment of athletes in the NBA with minutes. Dude, if the guy's healthy and he's not like old, let him play 35 if he's good. And Moses Moody tonight, a perfect example of letting someone get a run, man. And he got 39 minutes, 13 seconds, put up 25 points. And truth is, the Warriors stayed in this game until the very end. Does make me wonder what would have happened if Brandon Podziemski got DNP'd. What if all the remaining minutes went to
Will Richard
by Leon's? What if Will Richard, instead of playing just 10 minutes, played 25? What if I know DeAnthony Melton's on a minute restriction, but Pat Spencer, instead of 28 minutes, what if he played 35? Like there are so many better lineups this team can still do. But Brandon Podziemski, Sideshow Bob, gets 33. It's insane.
And the confusing part of it is that because when you have young horses, and I know Kaminga's not on the team anymore, but when you have a 22-year-old or the age that he should be out there for the majority of the minutes when you take the older guys out, because when you're playing teams, the other team is going to get exhausted and fatigued, and then you have a young guy still, like his lung capacity is still fresh, and then he gets his points when the other team starts to slow down. But when you're constantly doing these 13-man rotations, even when you don't have anybody, you're just benefiting the other team by just subbing people out that are not in the flow of the game. And you're tinkering lineups. You're also icing your players. How many times does Steve Kerr take people out when they're on fire? It makes no sense.
And by the way, Simon too in the chat, maybe bringing up the most important thing, that the Clippers don't even have a draft pick. So the 2 picks they got does not include 2026. I could look that up. Let me look that up real fast. But if that's the case, then no.
One is for this year if it falls between, I think, 6 and 9 or 5 and 9. So it's protected. The top 4 is protected. Then they'll get it if it's in the middle of the lottery, but after 10 they won't get it.
Are you serious? Hold on.
I think they were protecting for the top 3 guys in the draft. I forgot who they traded for. The Pacers. So the Pacers are hedging their bets. Like, okay, if we fall into the top 4, we don't want to miss out any of these top 3 or 4 guys. So they'll get a pick if it's between 5 and 9.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if they don't get a pick this year, it falls to 2031. So who knows what the Pacers will be in 2031?
I'm trying to find the actual transaction of this trade because that sounds nutty. Where did you see that? Which website were you looking at to?
It's just off my memory, but I know that's for a fact. That's the term, the structure of the pick for this year. So yeah, they have no incentive to trade to tank because it's not a swap. It's all up to where the lottery ball lands for the Pacers.
Yeah, I need to figure out what, but regardless, I don't, just off roster construction alone, I do not see the Clippers just throwing the towel. I mean, Ty Lue's never rolled like that. I mean, the Clippers started the season like 4-20 or some weird 420, like some weird run like that. Oh, here it is. Okay, Jake Fisher, right, saying the first pick going to the Clippers is the Pacers unprotected in 2029. The other is the Pacers 2026 first round pick, protected 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. Yeah. So the Clippers can only get that pick if it's 5 through 9. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't fall in that 5 through 9 range, it converts to the Pacers 2031 unprotected first. Correct. So in other words, the odds of them getting a pick in next year's draft is minuscule because it would have to, the dice would have to roll perfectly for them. They're not tanking. There's no chance in hell this tanking. That's a funky ass trade, by the way. I'm impressed you remember that off memory. Sorry to be redundant there. Impressed. But yeah, so
I want to throw another thing at you. I'm not sure if you read this.
1 through 4, 10 through 30 protected. So weird. That's so weird. So they can only get 5 through 9. Has anybody ever heard of a trade like that? I've never heard of or seen anything like that.
Yeah, first time I've seen that. Maybe it's happened before. You can see why the Pacers are trying to protect. I'm not sure if you've scouted. Like Armando's been on it all year. Recently, I just started watching these top 4 guys, and I would say definitely 2 of them are tremendous game changers. Other 2 maybe as well, but definitely I think one guy's named Darren. I was going to throw another thing at you. I read a report that the Warriors were in conversation with the Memphis Grizzlies for a few weeks for Jaren Jackson, but they pivoted for Giannis. And it seems that their indecision or their looking towards Giannis made them lose out on Jaren Jackson. What do you think about
I saw that too. Like Ramona Shelburne reported that extensively. And my one reaction to that is, so what, they can't do 2 things at once? Like you have a front office with how many people employed in it? Like 30, 50, and they couldn't handle 2 teams at once. That was one of the more kind of weird storylines that I saw.
They're waiting for the Giannis decision. They couldn't pull the trigger on Jaren Jackson.
Well, if that's the case, that makes more sense. But look, me personally, I'm happy they did not give up 3 first-rounders or whatever the price was that they were asking from the Warriors, because the Utah Jazz gave up 3 first, but who knows what Memphis was asking from the Warriors. Me personally, ultimately, I'm relieved they did not do that. I like Jaren Jackson Jr. I think it would have been an awesome addition, but to give up the farm for him like that, I mean, I would have embraced him. It would have been cool to have Jaren Jackson Jr. on board, but I could also see like a future with him very reminiscent to other players who have maybe been a little overrated early in their careers, maybe doing, like the defensive player of the year award, the fact that he's had some seasons where he hits threes. Those are sexy, headlines for an individual, but he's also part of a team that for 2 years has just been absolute shit. And I'm not going to ignore that part of it, right? Like if Jaren Jackson Jr. can positively impact your roster, why has Memphis been so shitty this year? Like that part matters. Like when people were bringing up Michael Porter Jr. and saying they should get him. Why is Brooklyn such a shitty team though? Like that part of it's important too. This is a team sport. The concept of empty stats is very real. And with Jaren Jackson Jr., I don't know. I just wasn't as high on him as maybe some other people. And
I definitely hear you on that. I just think that, the Memphis organization has fallen apart internally, and I think that he's not a superstar, but he definitely would have complemented what this team needs. This team needs young, big defenders. So he might not be a great rebounder, but put him next to another center, or even put him next to Green. Let Green do his free roaming defense thing.
Yeah.
So I think he would have been a good. We're crossing our fingers.
Same premise with Kristaps, right?
Yeah,
same premise applies. Same premise. So if that's true, and you're excited to see Draymond with a real big alongside him. I mean, Kristaps, I don't think he's a liability defensively. The unicorn of 3-point shooters who's 7'2", we'll find out. We'll find out how that works on the Warriors if we ever see it. I mean, originally people were hyping up, dude, we might see him Saturday. That was just yesterday's show with Armando. I saw that in the chat. We might see him on Saturday. Now it's, okay, February 19th, maybe. And it went from illness to injury management, left Achilles. That shit scares me. My mindset with Kristaps Porzingis, aka Pingus, is if we see him this year, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. I'm preparing myself though for just a DNP storyline. That's because that's what this guy always does. He's never been durable in his entire career, and I do love what Armando said in yesterday's show about the fact that when he played in Dallas with Luka, that did not work out. Like we did not, like they moved on from that experiment fast and never looked back. Now this is also the same team that just moved on from Jalen Brunson, and that was one of the dumbest things imaginable. And they later traded Luka, another dumbest imaginable scenario. But still, that did not work. We'll see.
I'll let you go, man. I just wanted to say,
torture back? Is Dub Nation torture back? Are we there officially yet? Are you folks, any of the folks out there old enough to remember the torture pre-2013? Are we there? It feels like it in a lot of ways. And
as long as Pods is on his team, is torture. As long as Pods is on his team. Right. And I think Steve Kerr is ruining his potential to stay in the league because nothing is getting better for this guy. I see that the Warriors are the only ones that would extend him. If Kerr is not here next year, I don't see that the Warriors extending Pods, and he might be let go to the free agent market, and someone might pick him up on a minimum or two-way. I don't see how it's going to get any better for him. And I think that if he wasn't being pushed down people's throats, he might have had a career in the NBA. But after this continuous, let me give you another 30 minutes, even though we played better with you only playing 12. Here's a new nickname for him, Potty Time Pods, because he always gets sick. And I think it's twice this year where he's felt under the weather, but he still kind of played through a flu type of thing. So Potty Time Pods is his
so he had the shit. So he had the shits, basically, is what you're saying. Because if it wasn't the shits, that it's likely the illness is contagious, and who the hell wants that around your team? It makes sense. Yeah, like Jimmy Butler. Remember, I think the last game before he had the very unfortunate ACL tear. Remember, Jimmy Butler missed the game last minute unexpectedly. Dude, we're all human beings. That includes NBA players, professional athletes. Sometimes the runs hit. There's nothing you could do. It's an awful feeling. And the best you get, like Steph Curry, I know got afflicted with that. And you're never going to see that on an injury report either.
Who was that?
You're not going to see diarrhea. Like that's not going to
go. Who ate sushi on a road game a couple of years ago? Was that Pods?
I don't remember the sushi. I don't remember the sushi story. Doesn't.
It was a road game. Someone had sushi, and there was like, he learned his lesson. Don't eat at restaurants or road games.
I mean, it could be spicy food. It could be a burrito from the Mission. Damn tasty, incredibly good, but a little too much kick. And the porcelain gods are your friend again. So we'll see. Well, I mean, no, sorry.
Manny, you look great. You look healthy. We wish nothing but the best for you.
Yes.
Keep at it. And I'm sorry that your wish wasn't granted, but I hope that Pods gets a non-life-threatening injury, like just a hamstring pull where he has to sit down.
Even another busted nose, I think, would knock him out for like a month. Remember when he was dealing with that? He kept getting hit in the face, and he had that mask that he hated.
Let's see what this team looks like. If we sign Lonzo Ball, then Podziemski strains a hamstring and has to sit for 20 games.
And by the way, Shooty Smokehouse in the chat, who I'm connected with on Instagram. Great to see you in the chat tonight. Shooties, I'm rooting for you so you can your business can be successful enough where I can actually do a show from Shooty Smokehouse and enjoy some incredible barbecue, and then you're sponsoring the show. Maybe that's a delusion of grandeur. I don't know. But Shooty, thank you. I appreciate you. Love you. And writing in the chat that, yes, the sushi story you're referring to, Julian, was in fact Brandon Podziemski, ate some bad sushi, and then he missed the game.
Potty Time Pods, let's go.
Frank B. Actually, real quick, let me see. I saw Moses Moody talking to the media, and let's just give him a brief moment here. I also got a few chats, and I'll bring two more listeners tonight, Frank B. and then Bloomer Vibes will join us. Folks, if you ever want to come on the show, get in early, please. I saw posting the link after a certain point, just because the green room gets filled up, and we're on a time limit. I don't want to go like 5 hours. I only have so much energy myself. I was going to see real quickly if Moses Moody spoke to the media, and if yes, what he said, because Moses Moody had a great game tonight. Again, he played 39 minutes. I'm going to guess, I've not heard if this is official, but I'm going to guess that's a career high in terms of minutes. And if there's any sound from him that comes down the wire, we'll play that sound. I'm looking right now real quick. Oh, I see Jackson Hayes. Did Jackson Hayes ever address the whole mascot pushing thing? Did you folks see that clip? Do I need to show that really quickly? I think I do. Hold on a second here. In case you folks missed this, Jackson Hayes, LA Lakers center. And I bring that up because I just saw him in my feed in reference to him apparently competing in this year's slam dunk contest. But it reminded me of the fact that he was just recently suspended a game for shoving a mascot. And when you see the clip, it's absolute comedy. I don't condone violence. I don't sit here saying, go out there and shove mascots. But when you see this clip, and I'm only going to show it once because I don't want to get flagged for what, I don't want to face punishment because of the copyright Nazis out there. The NBA is in full steam on that, depending on the night. So no Moses Moody cuts. There's one Pat Spencer clip that we're going to listen to. And again, Pat Spencer had his 2-way contract converted into a guaranteed deal for the rest of the season. Congrats to Pat. Let's listen to him really quickly. This is courtesy of Sam Gordon of the San Francisco Chronicle. We're long overdue for bringing Sam back on the program. Sam's also a very busy guy, but here is Pat the Stash talking about his 2-way deal. Congratulations, Pat Spencer.
It was good. Just to, you know, that we're locked in for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Is it any different than any of the years past where you've had the contract converted to a full standard contract?
No, I had the same deal last year. Just playing a little bit more confidence right now, and I think the staff is giving me a little bit more leeway and giving me some confidence. So last year it's kind of on the fence. I hadn't improved myself as much, but just feel pretty confident where I'm at right now.
Okay, so very, very to the point. Pat, a salt of the earth kind of guy, does not have a presence on social media. Anybody with a mustache like that, he's just going to grab a beer after the game and just do his thing, maybe get in his truck, listen to some country music, some outlaw country. Pat the Stash, and then this was the clip of the mascot. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, please forgive me. You're not going to be able to enjoy this. I'll play the sound just because this feed came from the Wizards telecast, and it's the only footage that I've seen of this. But basically, you see a mascot. I'll set it up for you folks. You see a mascot running across the screen. This is during pregame introductions. And then Jackson Hayes just out of nowhere thinks, this looks like a great opportunity to just lower my shoulder right into this guy. He flies into a procession of cheerleaders. So you see his momentum shift in one way because of the push, and then another way because he flies into this procession of humans that he makes contact with. And it's just a brief second. And again, if you haven't seen this, enjoy. I also posted this on both of my socials, but I'll play the audio as well. So, and there's a slow-mo version. All right, here we go with the audio.
Washington Wizard.
Like, what is Jackson Hayes doing there, man? Did it just look like a fun opportunity to like one of those once in a lifetime? Like, did he see that? Did he see the trajectory and the basically the 90-degree perpendicular approach that he knew would happen if he shot his shot right? Just lay that shoulder right in there. But again, if all the shoulder bump did was just make him fly, okay, you nailed the mascot. But he made him fly into this procession of running cheerleaders. So it was like it was almost like a pinball machine. The mascot turned into a pinball, just dunk. Forgive me. Maybe I think that's more funny than it is. Frank B. I can be immature sometimes. Frank B., you're on the show. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, yes.
Okay, yeah. I thought the game would kind of go how I thought it would.
You predicted that? You predicted the Warriors? Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought they would shoot 100 3-pointers and only shoot 25%.
Makes sense. Frank, before we continue on, do you mind if we address some chats real quickly? And you can do it with me?
Go ahead.
Because some people even paid money, and I'm sorry. This is my bad for not getting to this right away. And I'll get to all these that I highlighted over the last hour. Steph the GOAT saying, stop mentioning Kaminga. He is not part of this organization anymore. Let it go. Agreed. Tell that to Mike Dunleavy Jr. I was not going to bring him up tonight until Mike Dunleavy Jr. went out of his way, unsolicited, to bring up Kaminga. So that's why it became a talking point for another night. Otherwise, no, I'm not going to go out of my way personally to keep bringing him up, Steph the GOAT. OMG, it's Manny. Anything you want to add to that, Frank B?
The only thing about
are we talking about Kaminga too much? Like, do you not want to hear Kaminga ever again?
No. The only thing I would say about Kaminga now that he's gone is he was a salary dump this year. They didn't have a choice. I have a family member who works in the NBA front office.
I remember you. That's right. You've been on the show
Well, he's
before,
been working in the NBA for a while. And they had to get rid of Kaminga. The Warriors didn't have a choice.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but in terms of them saving money, you're right. Because
they had to for one reason. After the Big Three's contract next year, the Big Three's contract next year takes the Warriors to like 148 or 150 million dollars. The second apron at the end of next year is going to be 200 and somewhere between 21 and 225 million dollars. That leaves the Warriors with $75 million to sign 11 players. They would have made it. They could have made it work just because Kaminga's only going to make $3 more million next year than this year. And they could have been 25 million. That would have been 25 million. So that would have left them with 50 million to sign 10 players. If you add in Moses Moody's contract, now you're down in the 30 million for 9 players. That's veteran minimum and draft picks only salary. So
they had to trade somebody.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They had to get rid of somebody.
Yeah. So Kaminga was
that's why the only thing they could get for him was Porzingis. Because they can't have no more money on the books. It had to be an expiring contract.
Me personally, I was expecting a Jimmy Butler's contract to come off the books. Although every word that comes out of the Warriors organization is, "Oh, we're going to see him next year. We're going to see him next year." Why? Because a 37-year-old coming off a torn ACL is a recipe for success. Like
nobody wants it.
Yeah,
nobody wants it.
No, well, but you could always trade like him for something else and maybe ship out a second. You could have been creative and figure that out somehow. Like it's an expiring deal. Expiring deals have value in and of themselves. But I hear what you're saying. It's
that's what I'm saying. He was part of what the Warriors were trying to do to get to Giannis.
Yeah.
But everybody that's in the NBA, and that's the thing I hate about a lot of the Warriors media, because everyone in the NBA knew Giannis was going nowhere before the trade deadline.
Now he's doubling down on that.
No, because when you think about it, he can't go anywhere. Because who's going to trade Giannis? Who's going to trade to get Giannis? You're going to give up 3-4 first-round picks, $50-something million worth of player for somebody who can opt out of his contract at the end of next year and walk away from you.
True, but clearly that, and this is why I was saying on the show repeatedly, the only way the Warriors will get Giannis is if Giannis would make a commitment to the Warriors, right?
Exactly. And for the sign and trade max.
Correct. Otherwise, there's no chance. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Or even a verbal commitment would have been, I think, would have been okay. If Giannis had told the Warriors, "I will sign a contract extension with you this offseason," that would have been a good enough sell, I think. But no, Giannis was not saying or doing that.
Exactly. He had never said anything about "I want to trade." And that's why he's never said "I want to trade."
Well, but the fact that
he wants to pick his team.
But Frank B, the fact that right after the trade deadline, he plays that clip of Leo from Wolf of Wall Street, the section where he goes, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere." Like, if you know that scene, you know what I'm talking about. It's basically a message to the fan base saying, "I'm staying put." And it's like, oh, now you're saying that? Now, dude, Giannis is kind of crazy.
The thing about it is he can't. Okay, how this worked, the way he told me, was there's 2 places Giannis wants to go, and neither one of them
are the Warriors.
Has a Golden Gate Bridge.
It's New York and Miami. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Neither one of them
might be in the mix,
neither one of them can put together the proposal that he wants. New York doesn't have the picks, and Pat Riley ain't having it. He's not that interested. He's really not. So Giannis is like, well, what am I going to do? He's trying to wait for suitors because at the point he says he wants to move, the value goes down. Now you go from 4 first-round picks to 2 to 3 first-round picks.
And guys like Khalil Ware who can't even find minutes playing for Spo.
Well, yeah, because he's young, but that's what I'm saying.
But he might not be good. I mean, we don't know if he's good or not. And he's. I feel like if he was a good sell as a piece, as a trade piece to get Giannis, he'd be finding minutes on the Heat, right? And I could be wrong because the same logic applies to Kaminga, and so who knows? But I've never associated Spo as someone who's gonna DNP a guy that actually has real talent. Maybe that is happening there. I don't know. By the way, OMG, it's Manny real quickly asking, what is your email address? Warriors24pod@gmail.com. Again, Warriors24pod@gmail.com. Email us if you're a prospective sponsor. If you just want to get your thoughts out, I'm going to get to the mailbag in just a second. Got some great emails there, but Warriors24pod@gmail.com. A couple other emails real fast, Frank B, and then I'll shut up and let you say whatever's on your mind. KKS writing, the vibes here, I think referencing the Golden State Warriors, are toxic and entitled. Agreed. Frank, do you agree?
Here?
Yeah, with the Warriors.
Oh, with the Warriors.
I hope he sees reference to the Warriors. If he's talking about the show, I don't know what you're talking about.
For the Warriors, I think that has been a slow brewing excrement storm.
Yeah.
That's been going on for since they picked up the trophy. It's been a steady decline. It's been
maybe more specific
from the punch on.
Maybe more specifically, Frank, since Draymond punched Poole.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a specific moment where
from the
it all
punch on, that started it, and it hasn't gotten better.
Correct. KKS also writing that Buddy Hield is going to be fine with someone who actually uses him like they use Luke Kennard. Buddy is perfect for that, but Buddy actually gives effort on defense. KKS, we're going to have to strongly agree to disagree on the defense part. Maybe not the effort, but goddamn, man. Again, I had a chance to look at 2-game film that NBA teams get to look at. And in addition to just constantly studying this shit, and Buddy Hield is a turnstile. He's like a Ty Jerome level turnstile defensively. If the effort is there, then the acumen is not matching that effort, because every single possession I looked at with Buddy Hield on the defensive side, I know there were exceptions, certain possessions where maybe he got a steal or he actually stayed in front of his assigned a defensive assignment. With that said, dude, it was possession, but players just feast on this dude defensively.
He doesn't read the game very well.
He doesn't. Great call, great analysis.
He's got very poor anticipation skills. Very
agreed. Hamza asking, do you see the Warriors making it to the first round if they're healthy? Anything could happen, but no. But my guess would be no. But anything could happen. You never know. Because if the season ended right now, for example, you'd have the Warriors. Actually, let me look at the updated standing. And while I'm finding the standings real fast, Frank, do you think the Warriors can make the first round of the playoffs?
If they get a 7th or 8th seed, anything's possible in one game. If they're a 9th or a 10th seed, I can't see them winning 2 games in a row.
Great call. Agreed with you there.
In one game, anything could happen. Somebody gets hurt. Somebody gets a couple of techs, does something dumb, or you have a Buddy Hield, somebody gets hot and hits 9 3-pointers.
Right.
Anything can happen in a one-game scenario. So you can't say yeah, you can't say no. But I don't think Steph is really going to be there at the end of the year because he's got runner's knee, and that doesn't go away for months.
You're right. Even though Steph,
much I know.
Steph did say he had it last year. I don't have a good recollection of that, but he said it's comparable to what he was experiencing last year. The Warriors right now, standing wise, 3 games back of the Phoenix Suns for the 7th seed in the loss column. Minnesota's currently the 6th seed. And then they have a 3-game lead over the Blazers. And then, the Blazers and Clippers are tied for the 9th seed right now. The Warriors are 2 ahead of the Clippers in the loss column, 3 ahead of Portland in the loss column. And Frank, I wholeheartedly agree with you. You definitely sound like someone who knows their shit. That if the Warriors finish a 9 or 10 seed, do not have any expectations whatsoever. If they can hold on to the 8th seed, anything could happen, especially if you have Wardell, right?
Yeah,
Anything could happen.
The thing about it is you didn't get anything in the Kaminga trade because Porzingis
Right.
is nothing by
Right.
April because
Right.
he's got tachycardia.
Right.
And he's never going to be able to play more than 16 to 18 minutes a game. That happened
when you rolling that off your tongue like that. Are you referring to the POTS?
Yes, I'm very familiar with that.
How come?
Extremely familiar with that.
How come?
I had a neighbor whose son had it when I lived in Arizona. His son had that exact disease. And the thing about when you have any form of tachycardia, you can no longer exercise past moderate exercise for your heart rate. Your heart rate cannot go above a certain percentage. That's what happened to that's why nobody knew what was wrong with him.
Right.
He had
long ass time. Yeah.
He had that they couldn't figure it out. And finally they tested him for it and they found out he had tachycardia. Because just like this year, because I live in Atlanta and he's playing for the Hawks, right? And they started him out at the beginning of the year and they were playing him 18 to 20 minutes a game. He was doing fine. He played the whole first month of the season. From the 1st of October right up until Thanksgiving. What did they do? They played him 24 minutes. And all of a sudden,
he broke
his
down.
calf is strained. He started feeling in his calf. Because what tachycardia does, the reason why you get the dizziness and the lightheadedness is your blood oxygen gets low. That's why you can't exercise like that.
So he's totally damaged goods. So this was strictly a write-off for the Warriors.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Tachycardia, he could play, but he'll never be able to get his heart rate up to max. He can't.
That's
do
crazy.
That. Yeah, because he'll just be running down the court, and then he'll just, like he did in Boston, almost fall over.
And again, he had 1 year remaining on the deal. So the Atlanta Hawks traded for him. I'm guessing knowing, that they were getting a player that couldn't really get out there much. And so all these reports saying they figured out how to treat it is utter bullshit is what it sounds like.
Well, you can treat it, but you can't get past that heart rate.
Right. You can't push yourself the way you used to.
Yeah, you can get tachycardia like they had when a person could be a normal person walking around. You can get on it like you'll get to the point where you can get to moderate exercise. You could ride like a recumbent bike or a stationary bike.
Or go for walks.
You can walk, do it like that.
But a professional athlete.
One thing they will tell you cannot do is run.
Oh my God.
You can do any kind of exercise you want to do, Si, except run.
Well, there goes Frank. I mean, if what you're saying is accurate, and I'm not saying it's not, but just just for the sake of argument, if what you're saying is accurate, then any idea that's been floated that this trade was designed to help Steph is total BS.
It's total BS. He's an expiring contract. It's a salary dump. That's why I said that at the very beginning. All they need Kaminga's $30 million so they can have $75 million on the books to try to fill out the roster for next year. Because if Kaminga had $30 million on the books, they would only have $40 million to sign 10 players. That's an average of $4 million. Now, what's the minimum salary in the NBA this year? $4 million.
How do you get POTS? I mean, I see people in the chat saying it's like a COVID thing.
It's like
is that how your neighbor got it?
No, it's an arrhythmia. You have a defect in your heart that causes an arrhythmia.
Oh my God, dude.
Exactly.
This was just
arrhythmia.
Do not expect
Your heart beats too fast because the way something in there is working too hard. It's a
so
defect.
folks do not expect to play for the Warriors this year.
He'll come back. He'll play 4 or 5 games. They'll play him 14, 15 minutes. He'll play about 4 or 5 games, and then his calves will start hurting, or he'll start getting dizzy and start having the symptoms, lightheadedness and dizziness, his heart rate. They won't be able to control his heart rate, and it'll take 2 or 3 weeks for it to come back down and get it back under control.
And we also know, by the way, that long form COVID and or the COVID vaccine sometimes has an adverse effect on the heart. Yep. So maybe there is a correlation there. But you're saying your neighbor just suddenly came down with it, and eventually
his son all of a sudden, he's a football player. He's in high school, getting ready to go to college, and all of a sudden he can't get up. He's tired and he's listless and he's fatigued all the time.
By the way, TLC in our chat saying I must be getting paid by Taylor. Who's Taylor? Who are you talking about? No one named Taylor is paying me, and I'm never going to let money influence my content either. But I don't know what the reference is to you. That is some crazy shit, Frank. I appreciate the insights there.
It's not an issue, man. I just wanted to let you know that we can't count on Porzingis, and we have to understand that's a salary dump because the Warriors need that money. They need to get rid of Draymond and Moses because they need to get $100 million to try.
Well, that's what 2027 is about. That's what 2027
is about. Yeah, because everybody will be gone then.
The Warriors will have a clean slate in 2027, and that's always been the goal. And Frank, you're actually providing some clarity there. Huge donation from Coast to Coast. I appreciate you. 1999 writing F. Kerr. Anything that starts with that, I'm loving it already. Coast to Coast saying F. Kerr. Dunleavy is such a kiss ass to Stevie. Draymond is scrap parts that needs to go. Podziemski and Stevie Kerr share one thing in common: delusion that this is why no one wants to come here. Good old Steve. Podziemski belongs to the YMCA, not even the G League. Coast to Coast, I'm going to leave that up for a second. Just
that is true, though. That is very true. No one has wanted to come here for 3 years.
Really. Except, Frank B, to the best of my recollection, there's only 2 free agents that ever voluntarily came to the Golden State Warriors, and these are sought after free agents. Andre Iguodala, and granted, he came to a team that had his Stephen Curry and company rising, and then Kevin Durant.
Before anybody knew anything about Steve Kerr.
Right, and that too.
Yeah,
and Andre came before Kerr. Andre came before Kerr. You're right. That's what
I'm saying. When Kevin Durant left, Kevin Durant said, "Excuse my French, fuck Kerr," and the whole league was listening. Everybody in the league was listening. And then it manifested itself in public when he did nothing to Draymond Green. When everybody in the Players Association said, "You're not going to do anything." Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You let him get away with that. Every player in the league said, "I cannot believe that." And that was the end of free agency for the Golden State Warriors. And that was when I said Kerr had to go. I was like, it's untenable now. It is untenable now.
Agreed.
But Joe has this pent up loyalty because he doesn't want to look bad by letting go of a guy that everybody in the league and everybody in the media knows is a manager and not a coach.
Yes, sir.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem.
I appreciate your huge donation. That is some funny shit.
Yeah, that was a nice donation, man.
That was a nice donation. Thank you. Thank you for the support. It is needed. Thank you. OMG, it's Manny dropping $1.99 saying Podziemski doesn't guard or try to guard And well, hold on. I want to try to interpret this properly because Manny, the grammar is not entirely straight here. You're right. Podziemski doesn't guard to try.
Yes, he leaves his man to turn and go and get rebounds.
Oh, so you wrote it correctly. My apologies. I get it. Okay.
He leaves his man probably.
So it's kind of like Westbrook, what Westbrook used to do to get his triple doubles.
Yeah. He leaves his man. As soon as he thinks there's a shot going up, he turns and runs to the board. And that's why his guy ends up getting late, wide open 3-point shots. Hence, we lost all those games to Portland at the beginning of the year.
Good. That's a fantastic chat, Manny. Thank you, because that's called analysis. That means that's an observation that pertains directly to the game. Bravo. Hamza in the chat writes, the Warriors got the Spurs on Wednesday. Is that the next game? I haven't looked. I thought they were playing the T-Wolves first, or not the T-Wolves. I'm sorry, the Blazers. Hold on. So the Warriors. Oh no, the Grizzlies. They play the Grizzlies Monday. That should be a win. That should. I mean, who knows? But it should. And then they play the Spurs on Wednesday before they go to the All-Star break. My answer to your question is no. They're gonna. I think they're gonna get cooked by the Spurs.
Spurs are here, right?
Correct. These are home games. Two home games to finish up the break before they go to the break. Two more home games.
They just started the rodeo road trip.
But I do think they could beat the Grizz. I think the Grizzlies is a very winnable game, and that's Monday.
Yeah.
And but that game, no, I don't feel good about that at all.
They're in chaos.
And truthfully, and this leads to a nice transition to In Dreams, who asks, how do I bet with FanDuel when it's not legal in California? That's a great question. I literally reach out to friends in other states and I PayPal them money when I have to. I've only actually had to PayPal once, just to kind of, so he can put money in his account. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. Frank, you told me this before. Forgive me for forgetting. Where in the US are you?
I'm in Atlanta.
Is FanDuel legal in Georgia? I'm going to guess yes.
I wouldn't know. I've never tried.
I was going to say In Dreams you could connect.
I know we don't have. I don't think we have casinos in Georgia. Because this is Bible Belt, man. They be
that's true.
Right?
But those Bible Belt states, though, they seem to shockingly and easily turn the other cheek when it comes to betting.
Well, yeah, when it comes to
business,
money,
right?
Money, yeah. Don't let
Capitalism is Christian.
God get in the way of some money now.
And
F1 God get in the middle of their money.
Yeah, exactly. And F1 Rush in the chat saying not one player except Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler make the starting five for any good team. Is that a fair? I mean, DeAnthony Melton, I could see him starting for a good team. That's probably it.
Well,
maybe.
Good team.
If he wasn't on a minute restriction, maybe. I could see him being a starting point guard for a good team. Like I could see him being the starting point guard for Minnesota. A team like that.
Well,
it would depend on the
situation.
Legal here.
It's not legal here.
It's not legal.
Here.
Okay. All right.
No.
Well, there you go. So yeah,
I don't think he could play for a lot of teams at point guard. Are you saying point guard?
Like the Rockets, I could see him being a starting point guard there. I could see him being a starting point guard with Phoenix. There's certain teams I could see him getting a good run at, but that's the one exception. I don't know who else.
Got there now. Phoenix likes that guy they got there now.
Fair. So maybe forget Phoenix. But I do think Melton is the one guy that I can maybe see starting. But again, and we're having a debate about that. So it's not exactly a strong name. Yeah, this roster is pretty cooked. It's
we're that's what I'm saying. We next year is going to be hard on us loyal fans. It's going to be hard.
Frank, let me ask you this, man. Like, what good comes from the Warriors even trying at this point? I mean, I know you can't tell your players to roll. You can't tell your players to fold. But outside of like the player aspect of it, when we're talking strictly about managing a team and looking ahead, to me, the only thing that makes sense is tanking at this point.
Well,
would you agree?
I would agree. This would be my thoughts on it. If you know Kerr is going to be gone, then the guys who are there are playing for a roster spot next year. Because whoever's going to come in has to look at film of who he's got and figure out how many roster spots from this year he can keep.
Good point.
But if Kerr's going to be here, you might as well tank because nothing's going to change next year because Kerr can't change. The one thing Kerr can't do is coach anything but what he coaches now.
Correct.
Which isn't coaching. It's
managing.
Yeah,
managing. Right.
Coaches teach. Coaches teach. Managers point. And that's all he can do is point. And there's no way Steve Kerr can get 10 or 11 finished products on the amount of money that he has. So he's going to be stuck playing young players next year.
Frank, we got to stay in touch because you clearly know your shit.
I've been in that game a long time. I've been in that game a long. I've been in basketball. I've known, and I'm old. Side.
Well, what's old? Like 70s? We're 60s?
I'm 65.
That's not old, dude. That's not old.
I went to Golden State Warrior games at the Cow Palace.
I know. Okay, but look,
and the Civic Auditorium in 65.
Frank, you're up. Frank, you're up there in years. I'll give you that. But old in today's world, 65 isn't old. It's like 65 is the new 55. I do think we've kind of pushed things back a little bit. Like I feel like 50s are midlife crisis. What's up?
Modern medicine is wonderful.
Yeah, and knowledge, right? Knowing what ages you and to avoid those things. Like to me, 50 is the new 40, and that's when you hit your midlife crisis. 65 is 55, 75. Like when you hit your 70s, you're getting up there. But
it gets slow.
But you're still good, man. You sound sharp as a tack, dude.
Yeah.
You're doing good, man. 65.
I am. I'm blessed and highly favored, so that's cool. That's cool. I just want the Warriors to start the process.
Yeah, me too. Urquidez in our chat, I think nailed it. We're in saying that. Wait, where'd you go? I had his chat. Anyways, Urquidez in our chat wrote that if the Warriors get a top 5 pick, I will be watching next year, and that's a great point.
If Kerr's not the coach.
Well, and if Kerr's not the coach,
because he ain't gonna play him. He's sitting on the bench.
I do wonder if that would be the final nudge that Joe Lacob needs to kind of like move on from the Kerr era, is if they get a top 5 pick and they're like, do we want to go through this again?
That's what I'm saying. I hope they lose every game this year so Kerr will leave. So Kerr said, man, we don't have a chance. That's why I wish they would shut Steph down because that runner's knee ends up being patella issues.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be good.
Yeah,
I'm with you. In my mind, Lacob should have been like, he's got what?
Yeah.
Well, runner's knee doesn't go away for 2 or 3 months when it gets to a certain level. Yeah, the doctor will look at him and say, yeah. And he says, so should I shut him down? He says, if I had to pay him $62 million next year, I would shut him all the way down.
Yeah.
I'd buy him a brand new set of golf clubs and send him to the golf course.
And KKS in our chat bringing up Rick Barry is in his 80s. Actually, I think he's 81 now. Still going strong. Still the acting is still very much. Harrison Ford's 83, and I'm pretty sure he can still kick my ass. So it depends, man.
I keep busy and I exercise, 5 days a week. I'm on my bike and I'm at the golf course. And I keep busy, and
you're always welcome on this show, man. Frank, you're bringing some tremendous insights.
I love watching your show. And I tell Armando I'm the 58th subscription, so don't kick me off because I subscribed yesterday. I was watching it, and he was like, "We got to keep it at 57." So I went to the site and subscribed to piss him off. So tell him what you see.
Oh man, good stuff. Armando, hope you heard that.
When you see number 58, tell him that's Frank.
Done. Well, he's probably listening right now. He's probably listening. And Armando, there you go. That's your 58th subscriber right there, Frank B. And folks, subscribe to Spreewell Was Right on YouTube. Do the man a favor and show him some love. Frank, you're phenomenal, brother. Come back soon, please, will you?
Hey, man, I will.
And if you want, I always respect anonymity as well. So if you ever want to connect and email me and preface that you want your identity to stay anonymous, just let me know and I can respect that. But yeah, reach out, man. I'd love to hear from you because it sounds like you know your shit.
All right.
Have a good night in Georgia.
You have a good night and enjoy yourself, man. Have fun.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Frank. That's the Frank B bringing some knowledge in our chat. We start to wrap it up here. We're in hour 2 following the Golden State Warriors losing tonight 105-99. Bloomer Vibes has the depressed profile pick, which means the Warriors lost. Bloomer, how are you doing? And what's on your mind tonight? Oh, that's a deep sigh.
It is. Yeah, why did we give up JK and Buddy? I was listening to you and Mr. Frank talking and hearing all this extra information about this POTS, some sort of disease for Porzingis, and I'm like, man, the more I'm hearing this, it's like the more I'm like, my heart's being ripped out.
Those are some insights. I did not know much about POTS, and then Frank's calling it trachea or whatever. Like it's part of his nomenclature, part of his verbiage. Dude, you dropped some knowledge there, man. I did not know it's that serious of a disease.
Yeah, and also from experience from a neighbor's son, and then I'm like, it's like it can be even life threatening, and that's horrible. That's like it really begs the question, like, because I was talking about this previous stream with you, saying like. From the thing with Mark Spears saying the Warriors aren't done, but then there's like a catch to that. But like now I'm really hoping that if what he's saying about that is true, because we're not. If honestly at this point, I wouldn't even want to like step foot on the court if I'm Porzingis. Just wait, just keep sitting on the bench, because you're not going to be putting on that uniform anytime soon. And also, I just realized he took Buddy's number 7.
7, you're right. Postural, orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, but apparently they call it tachycardia for short. I have zero experience with this thing, man. I did not know it was that serious. Yeah, God damn it. Yeah, the classic symptom of postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome is a fast heartbeat. Oof. Jesus Christ! So this was not to help Steph.
Like, what was going through the front office's mind when they saw this? Like, I'm pretty sure they were aware of this.
What is the plan here? What is the Warriors' plan here?
That's what we all want to know. Like Joe, what are you doing? You say all this stuff about, oh, I love JK. I don't want him to go. I want to keep him long term. And then you pull on this move. And on top of that, you get rid of Buddy. Yes, he's inconsistent, but he still provides shooting. And like you said, right? You said the whole what was it, the new NBA, something about like the gravity level, like he's one of the top guys in that.
But
right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of more positives with JK and Buddy that you lost when you obtained Porzingis. And the fact that we know about all this stuff about POTS now is like it's just more heart-wrenching. It's horrible. But like, so basically what I wanted to that was just a side fact when you and Mr. Frank was talking. But for me, about the game tonight, it really was. It was horrible. It was horrendous to watch, honestly, because I already knew once they were making that lead, I already knew that they weren't gonna sustain it, especially with.
So you knew from the outset that this was a setup for heartbreak.
Yeah, I thought so. Especially the way how Steve Kerr was playing pods. I mean, everyone in the previous call was talking about it too. Like it's horrible. It's because I mean this literally was copy and paste of last game. The only difference was you're going against the Suns, and they didn't even have Jalen Green and Booker. So this one is just you had Braun, but then you didn't have Luka. At the same time, you gave a good amount. Like how do you know how many minutes Potts played? I actually don't know. How many minutes did Potts play tonight?
He was third on the team in minutes tonight, playing a total of 33 minutes 29 seconds.
See that's not a recipe for success.
It is not.
He should not be not even top 5. Santos and those guys should be in way more minutes.
Guy Santos, in Kerr's defense of Guy and the minutes, he got in foul trouble really early. I think he picked up his 4th foul in the second quarter.
Yeah, I did see that.
Screwed a lot of shit up, but that doesn't justify just immediately going, okay, Podziemski, more minutes for you. It's such like a go-to. It's almost like a nervous tick for Kerr. It's like the moment he's like he doesn't know what to do, Podziemski minutes. That's just his go-to. It's crazy.
You just roll out the red carpet for my stepson. Here he goes.
Yeah.
Sideshow Bob to the rescue.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, but also like I see two guys on the bench. I'm like the whole time like Leons, and I'm pretty sure I saw Cryer. Why are they not playing?
Cryer was not active tonight, and I'm guessing that hamstring injury has been bugging him. But
okay.
the Malachi Leons, the lack of any minutes for him is perplexing.
He's literally in TJD situation right now too. Literally. You got rid of TJD for a second rounder from the Raptors. Then you have Leons come in. Hey, Leons, you want to take TJD spot and just warm the bench? Okay, sure. That's literally what he's doing. And then
and Bloomer, see Riz in the chat brings up Tingus Pingus, and now I got to play the whole thing.
What the fuck did they do? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus? I never heard of fucking Latvia. You drafted this fucking kid. You stupid motherfuckers, you.
I don't know, dude. I'm immature, so I'm sorry. I'm a child at times, but that shit is funny as F to me.
Yeah,
Tingus Latvia, like that part always gets me.
Tingus.
I'm sorry, forgive me, Riz. See what you did there. I wasn't planning on playing that clip again, Riz. This Tingus Pingus. Who the hell? Sorry.
You know that, like you said before, we need to have some moments like where we have to try to laugh because that's the only thing we have nowadays.
Yes.
Now is it's hard, especially because I actually want the Warriors to succeed and actually help Curry try in some way, shape, or form to get that fifth ring. And, you know, we're not getting it the way how we want it to. We just keep. It's always last year we're gonna make a difference next year. Last year we're gonna do the same thing next year. Last year, we're like, come on. When is this? Like, this is just, like I said a couple streams ago, this is stale product. Get with the program and actually make some damn changes. Get athletic wings. Get taller. Get smarter. Don't be playing favorites and sticking to what you know that worked 10, 15 years ago or whatever. Like, this is not the NBA of old. We're in the now. There's no future until there's a now. Like, come on.
I agree. There's no vision here. I don't see any plan for the only plan I'm hearing from this team for the future and seeing based on their actions is clean slate 2027. That's all we keep hearing and seeing. Clean slate 2027. And my question to that is, for what? Why? What is the point? Like, what do you want this clean slate for? So Nikola Jokic can reject you? And it's not like the list of free agents in 2027 is that deep. It's a lot of old dudes. Here, let me bring it up again just so people can get some context here for what the Warriors are holding out for in 2027. Free agents in 2027. Again, Nikola Jokic is the big name, right? I mean, who in what world is he going to leave Denver though? I've never heard one inkling that he actually would be willing or wants to leave. Giannis Antetokounmpo might be a free agent. He's going to be 33 by that point, and he's probably also not going to be a free agent. He'll likely have his next deal by then. Anthony Davis is going to be a free agent. Okay. Jimmy Butler, he's on the team now, and he's going to be 38. Karl Anthony Towns. Okay. He'll be 30, I think 3 by then. Or 32, maybe 31. 31 is what I see here. Paul George, Donovan Mitchell. Like, it's kind of intriguing, but I mean, can you get him? Do you want him? He's going to be 30 at that point. Kawhi Leonard will be 36. Kevin Durant will be 38. Zach LaVine will be 32. Trae Young will be 28. James Harden will be 37. Brandon Ingram will be 29. Kyrie Irving will be 35. Rudy Gobert will be 35. Michael Porter Jr. will be 29, and he's going to be a restricted free agent, so I don't even know if that's a legitimate option. Jalen Green, no one's going to want him. No. He's going to be 25. Drew Holiday, 37. Julius Randle, 32. Jeremy Grant, 33. Jordan Poole, 28. Tyler Hero, 27. Isaiah Hardenstein, 29. DeJounte Murray, 30. Andrew Wiggins, 32. Miles Bridges, 29. Draymond Green, 37. DeMar DeRozan, 38. Cam Johnson, 31. Kyle Kuzma, DeAndre Hunter, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Do any of these names excite you?
Honestly, Cy, I mean, if they're actually, I'm not saying they excite me, but there are a few names.
Which ones? Who?
Like, okay, let's say I'm thinking of, it was earlier. I think you said, I don't know if they'll accept it, but Kawhi sounds kind of interesting. No? Kawhi?
It does, but he'll be 36.
Oh, he's 36?
That's the number that I
Sorry, the ages went by fast because I was trying to process. I thought he said 32 for Kawhi. Like, wait, no, never mind.
No, he's
no. I'm sorry.
36.
Who was the? I'm trying to remember because you were going them really good, but I'm trying to remember the age. I think you said one of them was like 29, 20, something like that.
That's a good question. So if you want me to limit it to just free agents who will still be in their 20s,
yes,
that shrinks the list big time. Trae Young will be 28.
No.
Brandon Ingram will be 29.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Michael Porter Jr. 29.
You said he was a restricted free agent too,
but he's restricted. Good memory there. You're right. Jalen Green 25.
He's in his prime, but obviously I don't know how that helps. I mean, because no. Keep going.
Tyler Hero 27.
I mean, it's kind of like it's that if you get Hero, that's kind of like copy paste with JP. No,
it's not. It doesn't blow you away. It's not going to turn you into someone like a contender.
That's an okay if you pick him up type of move. It's like it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, a few names. If you go further down the list, like Dylan Brooks will be an unrestricted.
Oh hell no.
Exactly. Malik Monk will be an unrestricted free agent. He'll be 29 at that point.
Warrior Killer, nah, not the one. I'm good.
Keldon Johnson of the Spurs will be an unrestricted free agent. And he's a decent name, but
actually, you know what? That's pretty deep. That's a decent name, and he's relatively young, right?
But my point is now we're getting to names that are not. These are not players anymore that turn your franchise into like a contender, right? These are just now we're getting into like the maybe
kind of like Moses Moody type players.
Yeah, like Salty Aldama will be he's got a team option. He might be a free agent.
Actually, I remember you wanted him on the team, right? Salty Aldama.
Larry Krueger was way more admiant about Salty Aldama than me.
You're right. Sorry.
Lou Dort turns 28. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. I'm seeing if there's any other names that are like on the younger side. The Frenchman, Zachary Richauchet.
He's from the Hawks, right? He's from Atlanta?
Correct, yeah. But I mean, he's looking like he might be a bust.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get here is I don't know I don't know what the big deal is with 2027.
Yeah,
is what I'm getting at. I keep seeing these reports like that they're aiming for a clean slate in 2027. Why? For what? Well, I just read off everyone who's going to be available. None of these guys. I mean, look, with the exception of Nikola Jokic and a couple of other names there, but I mean, there's zero guarantees you can get him. The delusion of grandeur is, to me, a very serious concern here. I feel like the Warriors think in their heads that they are a desirable destination, that they're, the marquee franchise of the NBA, that they're basically at the level of the Lakers. No, you're not. No, you're not. Like the Bay Area is considered like a sleepy place by the standards of these professional basketball players. None of them are targeting the Bay Area as a free agent destination. When they come here, they usually like it and they stay for the most part, not always, but sometimes. But this is not a place that historically has been a destination for marquee free agents.
Yeah, basically, the mindset of the front office and involves, Coach Kerr in that category as well. They're just stuck in that mindset of just like 10 years ago or 11, 12 plus years ago when they thought things were as they think is now, which is not true anymore. Like, yes, at one point things were going smoothly and people did want to like come over here. Look at KD and look at Iggy. They came over here. Obviously, Kerr wasn't. I think you said wasn't part with the Iggy thing, right? He didn't come when Iggy was here. Or
Iguodala was signed. I think Iguodala's first year, he played for Mark Jackson, and then
Mark Jackson. That's right. Okay.
And then Steve Kerr took over and was like, "I'm going to move you to the bench," and it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got even if it wasn't big names, right? It's because Leandro Barbosa was with the Suns originally, came over to the Warriors. Sean Livingston, he was a journeyman, came over to the Warriors. Mo Spades. I can remember all those guys. Those guys. It made sense because they were vets and like key rotational players, and then you had like big name stars that you can get. But also, I actually have a feeling, or actually not a feeling, I actually think that you also mentioned this before, and I don't think enough people actually talked about it enough. The whole CBA thing, it kind of ruined the whole process of like trying to get like a big name. Because if it wasn't for that, like maybe in some theoretical way, maybe KD was like, okay, look, you know what? I won a championship here twice. Maybe I can run it back with Dre and Steph. But I think there were some issues behind the scenes that maybe involved that. That's probably why he didn't want to come back. Obviously, I'm just throwing it out there, but maybe that's part of it. But besides that, I just think that you're right. Like the Golden State Warriors, just their area where they're playing at is in general, it's like you said, it's not appealing. It's not exciting unless it's like just for visiting and staying like for a while here and there, just for like not like just like a vacation trip. But then you're not staying here long term. They don't want to just come here.
Yeah,
like, it's heartbreaking in a way because it's come to the point where Joe didn't want Curry's longevity career to be like Kobe's, where he was with those like 2014, 2015 Lakers.
Those are awful teams. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can even put the Spurs too with Timmy, right? Tim Duncan with the 2014 Spurs, right?
Well, they won the title.
Oh no, I know, but like they were like nearing the tail end of their run.
Correct. But that's where the huge difference between Pop and Kerr is. Pop went all in with Kawhi Leonard, and Steve Kerr was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good on the whole like."
That's where Steve Kerr's issue was, that he should have treated JK like Pop did to Kawhi. If he would have done that, I really think that the Warriors would have been in at least still in contention situation, instead of just, oh, let me just bench this kid because I don't think he can help us right now, but later on down the line he can. And okay, Steve, where's that later on? We're already 2026. Oh, look, he's not here anymore. What happened? And now you're just saying, oh, he didn't fit the system. I think he'll do better somewhere else. It's no hard feelings, but I gotta choose my stepson Sideshow Bob over him. Yeah, you're really getting the fans with that one, man.
I don't get it, man. It's just Podziemski just he doesn't translate to winning basketball. I don't get it. I don't understand it. They've never won a title with him. All the years where you have those folks relying on individual net rating, which, side note, it's just a garbage stat.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Represent objectivity, and that's all people can cling to. All Podziemski's defenders, that's what they keep going back to is, well, in 2023-4, he led the team in net rating because he played all the time with Steph and Dre and Wiggins. Those were all of his minutes. And then next year is with Steph and Dre and then Wiggins or Jimmy Butler. And then now this year, he doesn't have that security blanket around him. And you see the net rating thing not typically thrive. It's back to being average. He plays 33 minutes and change tonight, a whopping 14 points on 2 of 7 shooting from deep. Great. So at least for people going, well, he's a connector, he facilitates out there. Then why can't he get assists? Why does Draymond and Pat Spencer, why are they getting more assists than him? Explain that to me. And on a routine basis, he averages 3.5 assists a game. Explain that to me, man. Explain to me why he's one of the worst free throw shooters on this team. True story. That's a fact. He's bottom. I think the only player worse than him is Draymond Green. Explain that to me. So I don't get it. I just don't get it, man.
Yeah, there's no excuses for Pies. I mean, he came into a draft class that looked promising for a lot of teams, and the fact that the Warriors just stumbled upon him is really like. Actually, because who was after him or before? Was it Jaime Jaquez, right?
Correct. That was the pick right before, and then Cam Whitmore was right after.
Do you think that pick would have been better than what we had now with this Sideshow Bob?
Well, if it was Jaime Jaquez, 100% yes, because Jaime to me is a night and day superior player to Brandon Podziemski, but he got picked ahead of him, so there's not much you could do. I have been wondering endlessly, like, did they blow it not taking Whitmore? Now, granted, Cam Whitmore is not exactly letting up the league either, but I'd still rather take a 6'8" dude who's physical, who's athletic, who can also space the floor, who can play defense. I'd rather have that than Podziemski. At least you're getting someone who resembles a basketball player, not someone.
I totally forgot about Cam Whitmore. I've seen the kid. He looks good.
He's promising, but again, he's on the Wizards right now, and again, it's hard to tell if the Wizards are misusing him or if we're starting to realize he's just not it.
Hell, he's way better than Sideshow Bob.
Agreed. And every time he actually gets a run, every time he plays, like Cam Whitmore this season, he's only averaging 16.9 minutes. And you need minutes, no matter where you are, who you are. If you're going to actually like put up numbers, you got to play, man. And so with the Wizards, he's only played in 21 games. So I don't know if he's dealing with an injury or what's going on, but Cam Whitmore is only playing in 16.9 minutes per game, still averaging 9.2 points per game in those meager 16.9, which tells me his per 36 numbers are way better than Brandon Pajemski's. And his 3-point shooting is it's awful. Okay, so he's not a good 3-point shooter, at least not this year. It's 28.6%. Maybe that's why his minutes are so low. His career 3-point shooting percentage, though, is 34.9, which means before he came to the Wizards, he was actually shooting 3 very well when he was with the Rockets, and then with Washington, it's another story. But again, I still would rather take. I thought he was 6'8". He's listed actually at 6'6", courtesy of ESPN, 230. But again, better than 6'4".
But but seriously, Si, like how, like what, like real question though, like what do the Warriors have to do to get like with? Okay, no, what I'm trying to say is, what do the Warriors like have to do to get with the modern NBA program of athleticism and height? Because clearly what they're doing right now is not working.
Well, first of all, Cam Whitmore, I'm just reading right now, is out for the year. He was diagnosed with a vein condition, a venous condition, and he's gonna miss that's him. So maybe like a blood clot or something like that, and he's gonna miss the remainder of the season. So that's Cam Whitmore for you.
Also, kind of like what Victor Wembanyama got.
Yes. Yeah. And then in terms of your question, what do the Warriors need to do? It starts with the draft. I mean, this is why I think the best course of action for the Warriors is to tank. And maybe that's why they're playing pods. I guess it makes sense if that's, but I don't know that. I don't think that's the goal. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. If your goal is to tank, then it actually does justify the Pajemski minutes. But I don't think that's what Kerr's trying to do here. I don't.
Yeah, you're right. I'm actually leaning towards that. No, before I was thinking that was crazy before, because they were in such a particular situation of like hovering around 8, maybe 7, 6 if the teams above them start losing game. But the way I'm seeing how the trend is, and the whole thing about what you and Mr. Frank were talking about before I came on about the pots thing, now it's like, okay, what's the whole point of trying to get games and win if we're just going to be stale products still, and none of the things is working from the trades that we proceeded to happen? Because you gave up TJD, who's a backup big. You gave up your athletic wing in JK, and you gave up at least somewhat of shooting with Buddy. And you got back a second rounder who you don't know if you're gonna get and you're gonna use, and then you got back a crippled tall guy. Like, no offense to Porzingis or Tingus Pingus, you know.
Tingus Pingus.
Yeah, but seriously, no offense to him. It's just,
don't get me started on that.
Yeah,
Tingus.
Tingus.
No, seriously, though, just
go for it.
I know. It's just bad side. Like I'm actually leaning.
Lativia, where is this Lativia? Never even heard of this Lativia. I gotta hear it again.
What the fuck did they do? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus? I never heard of fucking Lativia. You drafted this fucking kid. You stupid motherfuckers, you.
The only thing that would sully that a little bit would be if we found out it was in fact Michael Rappaport. But even still, it's funny as F to me. And
no, I've seen and heard Michael Rappaport. That kind of did sound like him.
It does sound like him. But I've heard some people say it is, and then other people are saying no, it's just some random anonymous New York fan who posted that on their social media and it exploded. It went viral. Regardless, it's funny as F, dude. It makes me laugh.
But yeah. Sorry to try to go back to my my main point about your whole thing about tanking.
I'm not Lativia. Pingus. Tingus. Sorry. I'll shut up.
No. But seriously, like, yeah, I'm leaning towards the whole tanking thing because seriously, this isn't really. It's not consistent. It's not working, and it's not making any, at least loyal, diehard, realistic Warrior fans happy whatsoever. The fake casual ones, maybe, because they're all Steve Kerr apologists, Joe Lacob apologists. You know what? I'm even gonna say it. I'm Mike Dunleavy Jr. apologist because I'm kind of done with that guy now.
Yeah,
I know it's short, but I wanted to give him some more.
Not that short. Well, you know what's weird, Bloomer? I was thinking about this today in sports. For whatever reason, like people just disregard the fact that time is the most valuable commodity we have in life.
Yes, sir.
And they pretend like 3-4 years is not a big deal. Says who? I mean, like, in what world do we live in where it's like 4 years is like, oh, he needs more time. Oh, I don't know if we can come to a conclusion yet. 4 years is a massive chunk of time. And that's Mike Dunleavy Jr. He's been in the position. This is his 4th year. That's a long time. I think we can start coming to some conclusions about that guy. There is no vision. I don't see what the plan is here. I don't see what the goal is here. The only thing we know for certain is clean slate 2027. Great. For what? Like what are you aiming for? Like if you're gonna rebuild, just rebuild, man. At least say it. It doesn't have to be some big secret. Like you're not guarding, see like a Fort Knox or some military installation because you don't want your enemy to find out what your goal is. Who gives a shit? You're rebuilding. Great. What's the goal here? What are we doing here, man? What is happening in 2027? That's such a narrow focus for the Warriors. I don't see it. Now, Urquidez's family, I think, says has provided the best constructive solution for the Warriors, which is can Dunleavy and then give a blank check to Sam Presti. And even though it's hard to recruit an athlete to the Bay Area, and more specifically to play for the Golden State Warriors, I think it's a very different story for a front office executive. Mm-hmm. Give that man the keys, give him the blank check, and get the F out of the way. I would agree 1,000% with that plan right there. Give the keys to Sam Presti. That guy clearly knows how to put shit together in terms of a legitimate NBA roster. And I think if you give him a blank check, you can entice him to leave the state of Oklahoma to come to the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah,
but that's up to Lacob.
But also add on add Kerr to that too, and so you get Brent Barry going.
Yeah,
because I'm with you on that too. Because Rick Barry obviously is an OG legend from the '70s to obviously the present day, and also by the way, it's cool that he's still playing pickleball. I didn't realize.
Still competing. It's slowing down though. He's and the reason why it's slowing down is funny. It's not because he's aging and is hurting. It's because he's won everything. Like there's nothing left for him to accomplish in pickleball. He's competed in all the tournaments. He's got gold in all the tournaments, and he just doesn't see the point in continuing to go through the rigor of travel and the nuisance of like weather delays and all that shit. He's getting bored with it, is what I'm trying to say. That's how dominant of an athlete Rick Barry is. The man who has seed of like a Kentucky Derby racehorse, and a man who at 81 years of age is still dominating the sport he's participating in. He's astounding. Like there should be studies done on Rick Barry in terms of just the genome, his genome sequence. Like how are you this elite as an athlete? Not just you personally, but then you produce 5 sons who all play in the NBA, or at least professional basketball. 4 of the 5 actually played in the NBA. Canyon played for the G League. Should have played for the Warriors, by the way. That was a massive slight, but incredible. Absolutely remarkable. What that man's a place in the lore and the history of humanity. It's unreal.
Yeah, anyway. He's showing Father Time that age is just a number, Sai. I mean,
True.
He knows what he's talking about. He can talk his talk and walk his walk.
And he's gonna be back on the show soon. He's back from his trip in Brazil where he was fishing and catching some crazy ass.
Because I was actually kind of waiting for a good collab with Sai and Rick, because I'm like, oh man, I need to hear these guys again, because
he'll be back on soon.
I mean, I like not trying to take a shot at Armando. I like you and Armando, but hey, when it comes to OG legends, hey,
Armando would agree with you. Of course, it's Rick.
No, but I like Armando too, because he keeps it real, but he also keeps it funny too. But anyways, because I know you got to go. Side. Last thing I got to point out real quick is that when it's all said and done, and Curry hangs up the jersey, I really don't know what's the location with this Warrior team, because Curry's what, 38, 39 next year. Or what is
39 next year? He turns 38 next month, March 14th.
Damn, man, it's so sad, because I really feel bad for Mr. Curry, man. It's like you, and also I'm with you on this too. The personal goal of mine as well. I want Curry to get that 5th ring. Man.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think that's a pipe dream at this point.
It's sad to say, but it's more looking like that reality than each passing day. It's because we've grown so accustomed that like one point from back then, even the 70s with Mr. Rick Barry, he was like the main focal point guy. And then now Curry took on the keys later on. Now when Curry's done, who's that next man up? Right? Like,
yeah.
And I don't know. It's hard and sad to think about because it might be another 40 plus years till the Warriors get another championship.
Oh, let's not go there. I hope not, man.
I'm hoping not too, but it's hard,
I hope
man.
not.
I just bring back. Well, actually, real quick, do you like Adam Silver? I don't like that guy.
I did like him. I'm at a point now though where no,
I actually prefer David Stern over him.
I don't know if I'm going to go there either. I mean, Stern wasn't bad, but he made a lot of very sketchy decisions, and then look, Adam Silver, how he handled that Clippers thing, it can't be forgotten. But it was also a long time ago. It's well over 10 years now. And the fact that I don't know, it's too late for that kind of conversation, dude. My brain's going to get fried. Bring that up on a future show if it's early.
Yeah, I will. And
right.
Thanks again, Cy, for just
you too, brother. You too, Bloomer.
Yeah,
we'll see you soon. Thank you. That's Bloomer Vibes. And real quick, I want to read one or two emails and then bring Chardal on. But the mailbag is open. Again, if you ever want to email us, just send it to warriors24pod@gmail.com. Again, warriors24pod@gmail.com so we can read your thoughts.
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
We start with a short and sweet one from Tracy McKendall, who's usually in our chat. I know it's Saturday night, so the audience shifts a little bit. But Tracy writing, look what I just did. Can't wait to root for Atlanta. I hope JK plays 40 minutes and gets 40 points. Tracy Tillon McKendall, broker associate. And the email followed with a ticket order for Tracy to apparently travel all the way to Atlanta for the March 21st Hawks Warriors game. I really hope Kaminga's playing and he's healthy. I hope the Warriors, I just hope everyone's healthy so we see all the best players play. That's usually what we can root for. Tracy, have the time of your life, and can't wait to hear a check-in from that. Oh, shit. Kyle Valentine. I'm sorry. It just occurred to me I did not send you a link. Kyle Valentine is someone who had a back and forth with Joe Lacob. He's going to come on the show soon. Two more emails. Actually, one more. I'm going to save that one for another day. That one just came in late. This one is from, and we're supposed to do music with this, aren't we? I'm just screwing this up. It's getting late. Let's play some music. Hold on. I apologize. Dropping the ball here. I know I am. Here he goes. We got the tunes. Got to have tunes with the mailbag, right? And this email is from, here it is. Hold on, I gotta probably open again.
Letters, we get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
Paul Lipford writes, first, let me say Podziemski has a negative, in all caps, effect on the Warriors. Trade him if anybody wants him. GA, that's on Giannis Antetokounmpo, is not coming to play for Steve Kerr with these crazy rotations. This email was 3 days ago. They are going to continue to lose with or without Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler as long as Kerr is the coach with this small ball system, shooting threes, even if you are not making them.
I must have done about 100 miles, but it was worth it. Now we don't have to worry about Patrick.
Hey, you're not going to win with tattoos out there. Paul Lipford adds, playing Podziemski as if he's the number 2 player will contribute to them losing. And emphasize defense, not The rest of the NBA is laughing all the way to a double team Steph, and nobody else can get their shot because Kerr tells them not to try. This is why the team is so bad. Kerr has coached them into not using their skill set to get a shot off. Who's JF? JF got tired of having to give up a dunk to look for a three-point shooter. Just my take on the whole thing. Paul Lipford. Who's JF? Do you mean JP? Wait, who's JF? Anyone know? Who's JF? You mean JF? Listen, did you mean JK? I don't know no JF. Oh, well. Paul, thank you for the email. Let's do one more email. Hell, why not?
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
This one is from MGP Collection Services. Subject of the email, we've been trying to reach you. Dear Mr. Saatsaz, we've been trying to reach you regarding your outstanding debt with American Express Credit Service. No, that's not a real email. I don't think there's a real MGP Collection Services. Okay, let's do one real email. I was joking there. Hope you understand those.
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
All right, this one's just short and easy from Dominic Peralta. Dominic, thank you for being a Golden Dazer. I think you're associated with Pauly Mac and the Pauly Mac show. Pauly and I are going to get some lunch next week. I'm excited for that. Maybe we'll finally get a Golden Particles launch. That was something we talked about a year ago. Dominic Peralta, Simply Writing. Rock on, dude. Great show. Thank you. Dominic, you rule. Thanks, brother. All right. Are you folks ready for the Danger Zone?
I'm a stay-at-home son.
Shardal, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Cy, it's great. I'm a big fan of you.
I'm a big fan of you. Thank you.
And you make some great content and videos on the platform. As the Los Angeles Lakers get the
what's going on? Are you okay?
As the Los Angeles Lakers take down the Golden State Warriors by a final score of 105-99 from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. What were your thoughts on the Warriors' performance tonight?
My thoughts are more along the lines of, did you go on 95.7 the game tonight?
I went on 95.7 the game, and I didn't say that. But I didn't say. I didn't say.
What's going on? Are you afraid to?
I'm afraid to.
Do you think they're going to get upset? Well,
they're going to get upset.
We'll figure it out. So
they're going to get upset at me.
Too hard. Okay, we'll figure out something easier at some point. How was the reception at 95.7 the game? Were they nice to you?
They were really nice to me. I really love the people at 95.7 the game, the Warriors flagship station.
Very good. Was it Evan Giddings or was it Mark Grandi who was the host tonight?
It was Sam Lodman.
Oh, that's like the third stringer. Who I don't even know. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere. Sam Lubman.
Sam Lubman was filling in for Evan Giddings and Mark Grandi.
Okay. Was Sam nice to you? Sam was good. Was it
Sam? Sam Lubman was equally as nice as Mark Grandi and Evan Giddings.
Good. Okay.
I love calling into the show. So Sam Lubman is a really nice guy. So if you ever get to know him, you should. He's a really phenomenal guy.
Well, how are you doing tonight, Shardal? How's your Saturday?
I'm doing great tonight. It was really the loss was awful. It wasn't the way you like to see this team, because I would have loved to see the Golden State Warriors come out and play with a little more heart tonight against the Lakers.
Oh, is that what you think happened? They didn't have enough heart?
They didn't have enough heart.
Shardal, I want to see Malachi Leons play. Don't you?
I would love to see Malachi Leons play for the Warriors.
Me too. I would absolutely love to see some Malachi. You ready to go through the scoreboard?
I'm ready to go over the scoreboard and wrap up the show for the night.
I love it. What are you doing tonight? Are you just at home chilling?
Before I leave, before I get off the stream, I'm gonna play with my cat.
Buster Posey.
Buster Posey.
Is Buster Posey one yet?
Buster Posey is a teenager now.
Oh, 1 and change?
1 and change.
I like it. When's the birthday? You don't know your cat's birthday?
My cat's birthday is in April.
April what?
I don't know the date.
Why? How do you not know that, Shardall?
It's one. I have to look on his tag and see when his birthday is.
Okay, well, so my birthday is April 22nd. I share the same birthday as Jack Nicholson. I get a kick out of that. Forgive me. If you have to come up with a date, I don't mind sharing my birthday with Buster Posey. Or you could pick 420. That's a good date.
420
or April 1st, April Fool's Day.
I'll say April 20th.
April 20th. All right, 420. Buster Posey sharing a birthday with a sacrilege for stoners. The holiday of stoners, 420. Are you ready to go through some scores, Shardall?
I'm ready to go over some scores and let's round up the show for the night.
I love it. And Buster's doing good.
Buster's doing great.
I love it. So you're just having a nice chill night with the cat tonight?
I'm having a chill night with the cat tonight.
What are you gonna watch are you gonna watch TV? Or are you gonna play video games? What's the plan with Buster?
I'm gonna watch. I'm just gonna play with him with his toys. I have his cat toys that I play with. I have a rod. It's a fishing rod with a little bird on the end, and I wave that little fishing rod in front of Buster, and he jumps up and down and grabs it.
And that makes you that amuses
and
you as well.
that makes me happy when I see my cat having a good time. It makes my day to see my cat enjoying himself so much, running around and playing and having a good time.
You're a good cat dad, Shardall. Bravo.
I'm emotional. You're making me emotional right now with the
All right, let's go to
tears.
scores. I don't want to see you get all.
You're making it. Why are you making me emotional?
I'm not trying to make you verklempt. It's just happened.
But you're saying I'm a good cat dad.
You're a good cat dad. I try to be a good dog dad. Those are good emotions, though, right?
That's euphoria.
Yeah, there you go. Euphoria is a good thing. All right, let's go through the scoreboard on a Saturday, February 7th. We start in Brooklyn, New York, where the Brooklyn Nets came away victorious tonight, 127-113 over the Washington Wizards. A player that I'm not familiar with, so I'm opening up the box score. His name is Day'Ron Sharpe. Was he involved at the trade deadline? I swear I heard his name at the trade deadline. Anyways, Day'Ron Sharpe was a rookie, a draft pick back in 2021. So the same draft as Kaminga, Cade Cunningham. He was picked 29th that year. I feel like the Warriors could use a Day'Ron Sharpe, and tonight his 6'10" frame gave the Brooklyn Nets 19 points, 9 boards, 4 rebounds in the win. Yeah.
So I have some really unfortunate news to share with you.
Uh-oh, what's up?
Stephen Curry and Kristaps Porzingis will be out and will return after the NBA All-Star break.
That's not news. We talked about that at the beginning of the show. But it's sad.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, in terms of
Pingus!
Look, I'm more disconcerted with what we learned tonight from a great caller, Frank B from Georgia, who gave us some insights into POTS, and I don't think we're going to see much of
Pingus!
This year. I don't think we're going to see much of him. What are your thoughts on that?
As a diehard Warriors fan, us trading for KP, I think that was a bad move to get him because he has an illness. And we don't know when he's gonna play again. When he's gonna make his official debut for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Who's Tingus Pingus?
Kristaps Porzingis.
No, what's Tingus Pingus? Can you tell me?
Pingus!
It just comes from that clip. This clip.
What the fuck did they do? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus? I never heard of fucking Latvia.
That's that is one of the funniest clips I have ever seen in my life. That I'm cracking up watching that clip. I'm gonna go on YouTube and watch that clip over and over and over and over again. And I'm never gonna get. I'm never gonna.
I had to add the bleeps because
I'm never gonna get sick and tired of watching that clip.
Well, now you know who Tingus Pingus is, right?
Tingus Pingus is Kristaps Porzingis' nickname.
Correct. And that's from when he was drafted 10 years ago by the Knicks. And I believe Michael Rappaport, maybe. I've heard some other people say it's not him, but whatever. It was a New York Knicks fan, not happy with the pick.
So,
did you watch yesterday's show with Armando Laura?
I didn't watch yesterday's show. I was at the NFL Super Bowl experience.
How did that go?
That was really good.
You went with 4 of your friends, right?
No, I went by myself.
What happened to your friends?
No, we're going to the Super Bowl. With my friends. I went to that event by myself. I'm going to Super Bowl 60 at Dave and Buster's tomorrow with me and three of my friends.
Okay, I could have swore you said you were going to go to that event yesterday with some friends. How was it? Did you have fun?
I had fun. There were a lot of different events over there. There was the 40-yard dash, vertical jump. There was a bench press. It was a fake bench press, by the way. It's not the real bench press because it will be if it was the real thing, then it would be way too dangerous for them to have it at an event where little kids are trying it. So it was a fake one. It wasn't. It was a replica of an actual bench press that you see at a gym.
Okay, Aaron,
and they had
wants to know, how do you get into these events? Like yesterday, did you have to? Was it just a pay ticket?
So I went onto a ticket platform called Vivid Seats, and I got the ticket for $53.
Shardal, that's expensive.
Because there was a deal going on.
That's a deal.
It was 15% off.
So the original price was like 60?
60, and I got it for 53.
Well, congrats on getting a deal, I guess. 50.
I got a 15% off deal.
Was $53 worth it for the experience?
It was worth it. It was worth it.
All right. By the way, Riz in our chat thinks you should play over Brandon Pajemski. I like that idea. How tall are you, Shardal?
5'10".
Oh, we're the same height. Okay, so
160 pounds.
Nice. But you should be grateful for the 5'10" height. That's average. I'm thankful every day for that because it could be worse, right? I'd rather be 6 feet, but I'll take the 5'10".
And my vertical jump is 37 inches.
I have never measured my vertical jump. Is that a
you
good
never
vertical jump?
You never measure your vertical jump before?
No, I haven't. I've never been.
What is your 40-yard dash time? What is your
I don't know that either. I don't know
how many reps can you do on a bench press? Can you do like 20 reps, 15 reps, 10 reps? How many? How many?
Weight, but I used to do that.
How many reps can you do?
I think I could do a full set at like 225.
What's your 40-yard dash time? What is your vertical jump?
I don't know either of those. I never was in a situation where like those things were measured, so I don't know.
You played sports?
I did, but for whatever reason, we never timed the 40 or did a vertical jump measurement. Maybe times have changed. Maybe I don't know. I was never.
And they had other events like that. The extra point challenge. They had the air challenge where like you're supposed to throw footballs into a target, hit them in a target, and then that ground challenge where it was like an obstacle course where you have to run through little pylons and you have to go all around the pylon, go and jump into an end zone full of bricks. It wasn't bricks, it was like those plush squares that you jump into the end zone.
And you had fun in that?
I didn't do that because I went at 4, so I tried to spend as much time, but it was really fun. And there was this scavenger hunt that they asked you to do at the event. Like there was this app you have to download on your phone.
Oh, Shardal.
And you had to go through all the things, and then you had to scan the QR code because there was like the scavenger hunt where there were all these little things that you had to find inside the convention hall, and you have to scan each and every one, and then you get prizes after you finish all of when you complete them all, you get a prize.
Sure. Okay, that sounds fun, but a lot of people in the chat, Shardal, are calling BS on your claim that you have a 37-inch vertical. What do you have to say to those people?
I went to the NFL Super Bowl experience, and they measured my vertical jump, and it said my vertical jump was 37 inches.
Okay, because Split Head 76 says near 40 is crazy. And
I said 37-inch vertical.
Julian Bashir says 37 inches. The F out of here. Adding Shardal,
I'm not lying. I am not lying. My vertical jump is actually 37 inches.
Julian,
you can measure it, and it will be 37 inches. If you measure my vertical, it will be 37 inches. I'm not lying. I will never lie about my vertical jump.
Mr.
Why would I lie about my vertical jump?
Do I lift? I haven't lifted in like 20 years. My workout regimen personally is push-ups, pull-ups, and surfing. And walking my dog. That's my regimen, and I'm happy with that. I've always been fine with that. But when I was like in my early 20s, I would lift, and I think my max was 225. I think it's been a long ass time.
Tomorrow my workout routine. Tomorrow will be at 8 a.m. I'll get up, work out on my Peloton from 8 to 10. And then from 11 to 12, I'll have from 12 to 1, I'll have lunch. And then at 1, my friend is gonna come and my friend is gonna pick me up, and we're gonna go over to Dave and Buster's to watch the Super Bowl.
Oh, good, awesome, good stuff. Splithead is adding cardio sucks. But I do get some cardio, whether it's walking the dog. Surfing is like, that's enough. And I'm not doing that enough. Right now I'm about like an every other week clip, which is very disappointing by my own standards. It's also freezing out. Shardal, let me ask you this. I was about to say it's freezing out there, but it's actually, this is the warmest winter I feel like we've ever had.
So would you say that getting up at 8 a.m. in the morning, would you say that's brave? Because some people cannot get up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning, get their workout in, and then move on with their day. Would you say that people are brave to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning? Because that's too early. Some people can't get up that early in the morning.
I agree.
You see, people are brave to get up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. when everybody's sleeping, and they go and get their workout in. Do you think those people are brave to get up that early in the morning and get their workout in?
No.
But it's too early in the morning. 6 a.m. is way too early to get up.
I agree. Those are psychopaths. Simon 2 in the chat's asking, Shardal, do you dunk? Can you dunk a basketball?
I can dunk a basketball. I'm not too tall to dunk a basketball.
Okay.
I can reach the top. I can reach the top of the rim, but I can actually dunk a basketball. I can touch the rim. I can touch the top of the rim. I mean, is that an accomplishment right there that I'm able to touch the rim of a net?
5'10" and you have the vertical hops to like
touch a rim,
touch the top of the rim.
Of the rim?
Yeah, that's impressive.
Is that cool? Are you impressed by that I can touch the top of a rim in basketball?
Yes,
but I can't dunk a basketball.
Still,
I'm not too tall. I have to be 7 foot tall, 7 foot or high or taller to dunk a basketball. Victor Wembanyama is like how tall is Wemby?
7'6".
I have to be over 7 feet tall to dunk a ball.
That's impressive.
I'm too small. I'm too small to dunk a basketball. I'm 5'10", 160 pounds.
BC
people think I can dunk a basketball.
BC is saying, "Prove it." You do have a YouTube channel.
I have a YouTube channel.
Can you put that on your YouTube channel?
I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel, and people can see my vertical.
Love it. And again, people can follow you at SGA Sports Talk.
My YouTube channel is SGA Sports Talk channel. I'm at 522 subscribers.
Okay.
I'm on the road to 600. So
let's boost that. Here's a
video.
If
you
stay at home, son. SGA Sports.
So if you like my YouTube channel, have your viewers go over there and click that like button. Smash that subscribe button and have them turn on their notifications so they'll be updated next time I go live on my channel.
All right, folks, you heard them. Elsewhere in the association, let's go back to the scores. I want to get out of here. So the Brooklyn Nets improved to 14-37. The Wizards drop to 14-37. Those are two winning franchises right there. Great game earlier today. The Houston Rockets defeating the OKC Thunder in OKC, 112-106 the final. Houston improving to 32-19. The Rockets dropped to 40-13. Kaysen Wallace, 23 points, 4 steals in the loss for the Thunder. Alperen Şengün, who just a day earlier was called out for his defense, 17 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. They call that a triple-double in the win for the Rockets. A big win for them. Yes.
So what were your thoughts? What were your initial thoughts of Pat Spencer? Is officially not a two-way player anymore. He's He's been upgraded to a standard NBA contract. What are your thoughts on Pat Spencer? And the Warriors are gonna keep him on the roster for the remainder of the season.
Sharia Brown in the chat is giving you props. He or she is saying, I'm 5'9", and my fingernails can touch the rim. So you at 5'10", being able to touch the rim comfortably is impressive.
Is Sharia Brown, is she the same Sharia that comes on the show?
No.
She's a different Sharia?
Yeah, correct.
Why was I assuming that she's the same Sharia that comes on?
Because it's the same name. But it's just two different Sharias. Palmetto Money saying 5'10" and 37-inch vertical means you are dunking. So I think Palmetto Money is curious why you're not actually dunking. What's your wingspan, Shardal? Do you know what that is?
So my I have a 37-inch vertical. I have a 59-inch wingspan.
Oh, wait, Sharia, this is the same Sharia? It can't be. Is Sharia, that's you? Is the same Sharia?
Is that the same Sharia that comes on the show?
Now I'm confused.
It's the same Sharia that comes on the show.
I think maybe
it's the same one.
I'm confused.
Is it the same one? Is it the same Sharia that comes on?
I don't know.
Yes, Shardal, so she probably is the same. She probably is the same.
We've been on the air for way too long. The Spurs 138-125 winners tonight over the Dallas Mavericks. San Antonio improving to 36-16. The Mavs dropping to 19-33. Stephon Castle 40 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. The triple double for Castle tonight. Marvin Bagley III, who's incredibly still in the NBA. I don't know how. He had 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks in this game. The same Marvin Bagley that was picked second in the draft, in between Zion Williamson and I believe, was it Luka Doncic or Trae Young? One of those two. Go Sacramento. That's who they picked. Elsewhere, the Orlando Magic 120-117 winners tonight over the Utah Jazz. Orlando improving to 27-24. The Jazz dropping to 16-37. That's Mike Larry Markkinen. In case you don't know how to pronounce his name.
Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry. I'm Mike Lowry.
Or Larry or Lowry Markkinen. It's Lowry. 27.7 rebounds in the loss. The Orlando Magic's Paolo Banchero, 23.7 rebounds, 8 assists in the win for the Magic. Elsewhere, a lot of games tonight. God damn. The Charlotte Hornets now have a 9-game winning streak. They beat the Atlanta Hawks tonight, 126-119. Miles Bridges, 26.6 rebounds. Jalen Johnson in the loss, 31 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. The Hawks dropped to 26-28. The Charlotte Hornets improving to 25-28. Shardal, does a 9-game winning streak for the Hornets impress you?
I mean, a 9-game winning streak for the Charlotte Hornets, that's an accomplishment. Like, I don't think any team has won those many games consecutively in a row. So that shows that if they won those many games like in a row without losing, I mean that's a big deal right there. I mean, like that's an honor. Like all Charlotte Hornets fans should be excited right now that their team has won 9 in a row.
Hell yeah. By the way, Ronald McPaul in the chat, thank you for the correction. I said Zion Williamson was the number 1 pick in the Marvin Bagley draft. It was actually DeAndre Ayton who was the number 1 pick in that draft. Forgive me for that. Thank you for the correction. But regardless, Marvin Bagley III still in this league incredibly. Shardal, people in the chat are saying with your 37-inch vert that you should be playing over Brandon Pajemski. Your thoughts?
I would love to be playing over Brandon Pajemski.
Me too. The Denver Nuggets, 136-120 winners tonight, snapping a losing streak to improve to 34-19. The Bulls dropped to 24-29. Nikola Jokic, another triple-double, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 17 assists in the win. Buzelis for Chicago, 21 points, 8 rebounds in the loss. What's Buzelis' first name again? I got to look this up. Matas. Good job, Shardal. Thank you. Matas Buzelis, or Matas. I think it's Matas Buzelis. That's how you pronounce it. Anyways, we got 3 more games. The Philadelphia 76ers.
We have a comment from Julian Bashir. He says, 5'10" with a 5'10" wingspan is a 7'6" standing reach. You need 30 inches to touch 10 feet, so you have 7 inches more to dunk the ball. F out of here.
Let me find that. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't agree with that comment, Julian Bashir.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Julian Bashir, yes. Okay. Julian doesn't agree with you. I guess it's one of those agree to disagree moments, right?
Sometimes I agree and sometimes I disagree.
Did we figure out, is that our Sharia that's in the chat? The Sharia Brown? I still haven't figured that out. Oh well, Sharia, love you. Hope you're doing well. If that is in fact you.
So we have a comment from Mr. Silex. He says, "F out of your Charlotte. Can you please tell him to not say that to me?"
You tell him yourself.
Mr. Silex, I don't appreciate you saying that to me. I'm a legend on Golden Days, and I don't appreciate you saying that comment.
Hey, Mr. Silas.
Fuck you.
That's from him. That's from Shardal, not from me. But message delivered. Elsewhere in the association. Yes.
If anybody says anything that to me, can you please have my back?
Of course.
Can you please call out anybody who offends me in any way?
Well, but at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna, it's back and forths are good content.
But I don't appreciate people saying that.
Saying get the F out of here, Shardal.
So at the Super Bowl experience, there was this NFL draft set where like they gave you a card that you have to fill out, and you have to write your name, your name, your position, your school, what round, and what overall pick you wanted. I got drafted in the first round from San Jose State University. Got drafted by the 49ers with the 272nd pick.
Okay.
Like Brock Purdy.
First round and then 272nd.
No, I got drafted in the first round with the 272nd overall pick in the first round of the 2026 NFL draft.
Okay.
Like Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
By the way, Julian Bashir is coming at you hard, and I'm in the middle here. I don't know what to do, but Julian is saying that liars don't get respect. He's calling you a liar, Shardal. What do you?
I'm not a liar. Julian, why would you call me a liar?
Yes, Julian.
You have credibility? You're calling me a liar?
Yeah, do you have credibility, you son of a bitch?
Why you call me a liar?
What the hell, dude?
What the hell? You come on the show all the time and you call me a liar?
By the way, that is the real Sharia. Sharia, love you. I had no idea that was you. Okay, that is the real Sharia. All right. And Sharia.
So we have a comment from @splithead_776. He said, "It's okay, Shardal. We can dunk on a 9 feet rim together."
Shardal, you're gonna prove all of them wrong with the video, right?
I'm gonna prove them wrong with the video.
I can't wait. Do you still have the beard? We haven't seen a video of you in a long time. Is the beard still going strong?
I'll turn my next time when I come on the show. I'll turn my video on next time I come on.
I was just curious. But do you have the beard or no? Do you have it?
I cut my hair off. I'm rocking the short hair look now, and I trimmed my beard up, and I'm maintaining a professional image now.
You cleaned up. All right.
I'm getting a lot of compliments from the ladies on my look.
Good. That's the goal, right?
You know what my dad was saying about my look, about my cleaned up look?
What?
Maybe some girls will approach you and say, "I want to date this guy."
Yeah, exactly.
That's what my dad said. Those are words coming right out from my dad's mouth. He said, if you go outside to a club, all the girls will flock to you.
I mean, look, your dad got your mom, so he's got game, man.
No, he said that to me, so those are his words. And I believe everything he says. He said that if you go outside to a nightclub and you walk around, all the girls in the club will stick to you like glue.
Which makes me wonder, why are you home on a Saturday night when you should be at a club?
No, I'll go on a nightclub on a Friday night.
But not Saturday. Saturday just not a good
night. People go to a nightclub on a Friday night.
And a Saturday.
Party at the club on a Friday night. You know, have some booze, drink,
Why would they not
party,
be able to
have
Saturday
fun,
night?
enjoy yourself.
I know, but why not Saturday? I'm not following.
No, Friday night. I like going to a club on a Friday night.
Why do you not like going on a Saturday night? What is
No,
wrong
I
with
just
Saturday?
prefer Friday night.
Okay, all right, that's just a preference. All right, 3 more games, and we're out of here. The Philadelphia 76ers continuing to give the Phoenix Suns some bad
So
news.
we have a comment from Simon at Simon2-JRI1UG. He says Charlo's got her period today. Why you think I'm a woman? What the hell? Yes, Simon thinks I'm a woman. I'm a girl. He said he's got his period.
I'm glad you find humor in that, Chardal.
What's wrong with you? You calling me a woman? Simon is calling me a girl. You saying he got her period. Please do not mix the him and the her. I'm a him. I'm not a her.
It's rude. It's rude.
But you don't know my pronouns. My pronouns are him. He and him, not she and her. Come on, you're mixing my pronouns up here. I'm he and him, not she and her. He's thinking I'm her.
We just get the Philly.
No, I have a sense of humor. I find comedy in that. I find comedy in what Simon said.
Philly improves to 30-22. They beat Phoenix tonight. So Phoenix is struggling. 109-1 of the final.
Hey, look at what Mr. Comment from at Mr. Saatsaz. He says Chardal is a woman. I thought otherwise. I'm not a woman. Do I wear a dress?
The Phoenix.
I'm not a woman. Come on, see, I'm bringing the comedy to the show. This is what you love. This is what you love. Am I making you laugh?
Yes. I mean, you can see what I'm doing. Yes.
You're laughing
because you're doing a good job.
You think this might be the best call so far? I made you laugh for one time.
This is not the first time you made me laugh. You make me laugh a lot. Phoenix, by the way, the Warriors beating them set off a chain reaction because they lost again. Phoenix drops to 31-22. The Sixers also. Oh no, Phoenix drops to 31-22. Philly improves to 30-22. Yes.
We have some comments in the chat. He said at PoisonClan-WI7PP said, "Can we see you dance on Uncle's show?" Riz up 101 says, "Charlotte, what's your favorite dress?" I will stop with all this stuff. I'm not a woman.
I like this. This amuses you.
He says Charlotte is the modern day Richard Pryor. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you entertained?
Oh, absolutely. The
Maybe
fact
you're
that
wearing a
we're
dress
in
I
hour
can't
3
see.
and still getting laughs is hilarious. I just want to read these 2 scores so we can get out of here.
What are they saying about these things?
The Warriors' next opponent is Memphis, who lost tonight in Portland, 122-115 the final. Donovan Clingan, 20 points, 19 rebounds. I don't know who Jay Small is for the Grizzlies. Gives us a good chance to quickly preview the next team coming in town. Jay Small is Javon Small. Have you ever heard of Javon Small, Chardal? They kind of rhyme. Javon Small, Chardal.
Heard of that?
Anyways, Javon Small, Chardal is.
Hey, we got a comment from at Giuseppe Gold U2I. The chat is blowing up tonight. Thanks viewers for the chat. You're blowing up the chat with all the comments. Sai's trying to get to the comments. I heard Chardal laughing at the women comment. He's breaking character. He's breaking.
That's what
Chardal wears shorts. Coming from at Mr. Silex.
I've never heard you laugh like that, Chardal.
At split_head_776 says, how high can you jump in said dress, Chardal? She's 29. Stop calling me a woman. Get off the damn show. I'm not a woman, okay? I'm a man. Stop saying that, okay? I don't want to lose it right now, but you're making me lose it. I'm going to snap at you if you keep calling me a lady. Okay, stop calling me a lady.
One final score. Cleveland beats Sacramento 132-126. Cleveland improves to 32-21. The Kings drop to 12-42. Donovan Mitchell, 35 points. Neek Clifford scored 30 in the loss. The Kings suck. And that's your scoreboard, and that's your show.
The Sacramento Kings are one of the worst teams in the NBA right now. They have the worst record. They're not going to make it to the playoffs.
Awful.
Vivek Ranadive, the owner of the Sacramento Kings, should get fired. I don't like what that man is doing with this organization.
That's the
He's
shitty part about
absolutely
owners. You can't
killing
fire
this
them.
organization. I mean, he's dragging this team to the ground. I mean, that's what he does. That's what he does. I mean, I don't like the owner.
The standings, if you can see it on your screen right there, the Warriors at 28 and 25, 2 ahead of the Clippers in the loss column, 3 ahead of the Blazers in the loss column, 3 back of Phoenix for the 7 seed in the loss column, and a 4 back of Minnesota, who's currently the 6 seed. It's looking more and more like the 6 seed is absolutely the highest the Warriors can
So
get
we have more comments coming in. It says at Shooties_Smoke. I said this program really is the best. Shardall, you the man. At Julian Bashir, Cody Bryant's vertical was 38 inches. Young West says James Harden's stat line question mark 29 what? Noah Rocks 465 says I am entertained. Shardall can jump over a Lambo like Kobe.
Years of age, Shardall?
I'm 29 years of age.
Okay. So that's okay.
Shardall is due on a man.
What do you think about Mr. Silac saying you should try out for the Valkyries?
Why you? I'm not a woman. What is all these lady comments calling me? I'm a lady. They want to see me in a dress. What this comment is going? This show is going off the rails.
Shardall, before we go, tomorrow's the Super Bowl. What is your prediction for the Super Bowl?
I'm going with the New England Patriots taking down the Seattle Seahawks 55-10. Drake May is going to have 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He's going to dominate Sam Darnold. I'm not a fan of the Seattle Seahawks. They're going to get embarrassed tonight with the New England fans out at Levi's.
I put money on the Patriots and the money line. I think New England will win tomorrow.
We got a comment from at Riz-up-101. He says Seahawks are winning. LOL. So Riz wants the Seahawks to beat the Patriots.
Few predictions.
Patriots win. Patriots win. Patriots better win at L's. At Mississauga, does Shardall watch The View? I will not watch The View. Stop. What this is the most wild show I've ever seen in my life. What are all these comments? So
we gotta get out of here. Get out of here.
I'm gonna give my score prediction for the Warriors and Grizzlies post-game show.
Yes,
I'm going.
please.
Warriors are gonna win 100.
Are we gonna see you Monday?
I'm gonna join you on Monday for the Warriors and Grizzlies post-game show Monday night. I'm going with the Warriors winning 145. I'm going with the Grizzlies 89. I'm a big fan. It was great. It was great being on your show. I'll definitely join you for the Golden State Warriors and Memphis Grizzlies post-game show. It's been a true honor to have me as a closer. I'll see you around. See you later. SGA has officially left the building. See you later and bye.